Spoon, spoon, spoon.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Morovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon, you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just don't spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, don't spoon. You want to know what is happening, Moravia, don't spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just don't spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, don't spoon. Yeah, don't spoon. Yeah, don't spoon. You from Bonjama, Maryland, don't spoon. Yeah, don't spoon. If you eat pan, like my brother, don't spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, don't spoon. Yeah, don't spoon. You want to get a news update, don't spoon. What? Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. What I want? Yes, Patriotism.
TV.
Yes, Patriotism.
Spoon TV. Spoon.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba. Skibidi-bidi-da-ba-do.
Spoon entertainment.
Go to there.
On the phone.
Yes,
Patriotism. On the phone.
Yes, sir. A special one from the CEO, Stan Konneh with the spoon. And your boy, right in the South, man. Charges on the beat.
On the phone to get your information. On the phone to be part of action. Spoon television.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Morovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon, you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just don't spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, don't spoon. You want to know what is happening, Moravia, don't spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just don't spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, don't spoon. Yeah, don't spoon. Yeah, don't spoon. You from Bonjama, Maryland, don't spoon. Yeah, don't spoon. If you eat pan, like my brother, don't spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, don't spoon. Yeah, don't spoon. You want to get a news update, don't spoon. What? Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. What I want? Yes, Patriotism.
TV. Spoon
If I do bad,
Spoon TV. Spoon Spoon entertainment.
Go to there.
On the board to get your information. On the board to get
Yes, I, a special one from the CEO, stand coming with the spoon. And your boy, right at the South Bend. Charges on the beat.
on the board to get your information. On the board to be part of the spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon radio.
I'm gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. I'm gonna tell you what is happening in Moravia. I'm gonna tell you what is happening in Africa.
Africa.
Just to transport, you just want you and know. Take the children crying for starvation, just don't transport. You want to get a news update, my brother, don't transport. You want to know what is happening in Moravia, don't transport. Politicians want to make their decision, just don't transport. You want to know what happening in the ministry, don't transport. Yeah, don't transport. Yeah, don't transport. You from Bonjama, Maryland, don't transport. Yeah, don't transport. Every income from gradually, my brother, don't transport. You got a small TV, you got a small radio, don't transport. Yeah, don't transport. You want to get a news update, don't transport. Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. What I want? Yes, somebody.
TV. Spoon,
Yes, somebody.
spoon, spoon TV. Spoon,
Bada, 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 bada.
spoon,
Kilibamba, bada.
TV. Spoon entertainment.
Go to there. Go to there.
On the board to get your information. On the board to get
Yes, I, a special one from the CEO, stand coming with the spoon. And your boy, right at the South Bend. Charges on the beat.
on the board to get your information. On the board to be part of the spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon radio.
I'm gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. I'm gonna tell you what is happening in Moravia. I'm gonna tell you what is happening in Africa.
Africa.
Just to transport, you just want you and know. The children crying for starvation, just don't just smoke. You want to get a news update, my brother, don't just smoke. You want to know what is happening, Morocco, don't just smoke. Politicians want to make their decision, just don't just smoke. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, don't just smoke. Yeah, don't just smoke. Yeah, don't just smoke. You from Bonjama, Maryland, don't just smoke. Yeah, don't just smoke. If you eat your palm, congratulate my brother, don't just smoke. You got a small TV, you got a small radio, don't just smoke. Yeah, don't just smoke. You want to get a news update, don't just smoke. What? Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. What I want? Yes, Patriotism. TV. Yes, Patriotism.
Yes, sir. A special one from the CEO, stand coming with the spoon. And your boy, right at the South, man. Charges on the beat.
On the spoon to get your information. On the spoon to be part of the nation. Spoon television.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Morovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon you and know. The children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, don't just spoon. You want to know what is happening, Morocco, don't just spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just don't just spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, don't just spoon. Yeah, don't just spoon. Yeah, don't just spoon. You from Bonjama, Maryland, don't just spoon. Yeah, don't just spoon. If you eat your palm, congratulate my brother, don't just spoon. You got a small TV, you got a small radio, don't just spoon. Yeah, don't just spoon. You want to get a news update, don't just spoon. What? Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. What I want? Yes, Patriotism.
TV.
Yes, Patriotism.
Spoon TV. Spoon Okay, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Good evening to everybody. Good afternoon to those of you who are watching via online. This is how I'd like to welcome you to tonight's edition of the Spoon Talk. And our apologies for the late start. We had some technical difficulties in the background that we had to handle. But quickly, since we've already fast into our time, let's go straightly and now to the phone lines. Well, this is Spoon Talk, and we are live on Spoon TV, Fabric TV, Super TV, Spoon FM, Fabric FM, as well as Voice of Liberia 104.1 FM. No too much talking. Let's go to our phone lines. You can put in your calls to 0777 771075 0555 You can begin to call and put your calls in. Let's talk to our first caller. Good evening. Your name and where are you calling from?
Good evening to Spoon FM family and good evening to my peace-loving people of the Republic
Good
of
evening,
Liberia.
Alfonso. How are you?
Sis Marie, I go sis Rose Marie Matiba.
Hi, Alfonso. How are you?
Constant Alfonso AF Kama this beautiful Thursday evening. Madam Matiba, what are on my mind or in my mind as a training issue is this money saka. So I am asking procuring agencies who are responsible for the printing of this money, which is central bank, and then central bank governor Henry S. Sambora to be accountable to us because the money is now small money, centennial billions Liberian dollars to be printed and be infused in our economy. It's daydreaming. You know the conclusion is this: these guys are born in the quarters and have one common goal that they should go and print the money and bring in this country so that they can decide among themselves and banner one for 2029. But that cannot solve the problem. They will be still defeated.
Okay.
But they are accountable to be justifiable and justifiable to this money because I don't see no visibility of printing this money.
All right, Alfonso. Thank you very much.
It will not benefit. It will not be on the Liberian community. We will not see the market on the money on the market.
Thank you very much, Alfonso. Let's go to our next caller. Good evening. Your name and where are you calling from?
Good evening. Rose Marie Ra.
Yes, good evening. Your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, are you getting me?
I'm getting you. Your name and where are you calling from?
This is Fasu Koman, and I happen to be the national chairman of a rap think tank called the Unity Party Intellectual Bureau. I'm very up to the entire Spoon FM family for being very fast years when it comes to providing information to the Liberian people.
Okay, let's hear you quickly. Let's go straight to the point, please.
Yeah. To be very succinct or very pointful, my attention has been drawn to the justice system. For a country, for a democracy to function, a section of the world, you need a very efficient justice system. And those who hear the bureau or arm of the justice system should need to be up to the task before efficient policy within our sector can be drafted.
Okay.
So I think President Bwakai, who we call the integrity account, did extremely well by appointing top-notch or top-level public servant to the various justice system. Firstly,
okay, quickly, we have to take all the callers.
The issue of the Bureau Security Apparatus being very efficient. Hello.
Yes. Good evening. Your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm Isaac Godospun calling from District 2.
Okay, Isaac, please let's do it quickly here.
Yeah, really, I want to say this to you that this government really they know what they are doing. They are doing actually because they don't want to be in a house before they talk about printing this money. Because when they do that, they will try to let Liberian people to know actually what they plan to do. So this is why they impeach him so that he can be part of it. So this is what I have to say.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's go to the next caller. Good evening. Your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Gabriel. I'm calling from City Community Lower Johnson to the government.
All right, let's hear you quickly.
So I call this to call attention onto our lawmaker, district number 2 lawmaker, Marshall County, Sekou Konneh. I just want to tell you that the district that you are governing, you are actually not doing well for us. Those that are in the legislation area, getting to rehab, actually bad of, especially starting from Star Baptist, the bridge are there, getting straight to rehab. The potholes are too much, and we have entered into the rainy season, I can say. So I'm calling onto him to please look to in our direction, at least to recondition the road for us, so that we that on the motorbike or on the keke, our women or whoever older ones then can have a free movement, at least get on the quota. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much. Let's go to our Lone Star line. Good evening. Your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, Makiba.
Yes, your name and where are you calling from?
Oh, thank you so much. This is George Mova, joining for this in Mother County DC Camp Community. Thank you so much. I appreciate how working. The thing on my mind today is I want to tell the government, thank you so much for your hard working. Anybody against the government, they want to see like girls, that thing will fail because their country will pass you a lot of things. So if you see your leader, good leader come to develop the country, you must appreciate the good leader because no bad leader not there to against anybody. A good leader there to everybody as we call that the country they be everybody never screen. You see anybody against the country, it mean that the person that love the country and that you can call that then the former disgressive representative you can call that so that they want to love the country. When you see them baby in that house there because like poor tapial when they pay their way, then against the government. Against any government because any government can in power, they want the government, they want cause because like drop put that money in a pocket in Ghana, they tell a turn from here, they can in Ghana, country, they say the horses, all our country. Why the money taking care of people that eat develop? Why you can't develop your own country? They say in our house they're causing, not causing pressure, causing all the people there because now we tell you your plan fail. You say that you want to go do a country tour, all our country then, but magma what you can cover. You cause the president, you get caught up. You see what they did to poverty in day. You represented who off lack because one development in the country.
Okay, thank you very much.
We get smartphone. They want to see Google team.
Thank you very much for calling.
Because
thank you very much for calling. Good evening. Your name and where are you calling from?
Good evening. My name is Lusoni Kamara. I'm calling from Upper Konneh.
All right, let's hear you.
My concern has been due to the border issue. The government has kept silent on the border issue for almost 2 weeks now. We are not listening to any report, anything from the government. And the Guinean soldiers are still on the Liberian soil. So let the government come with a position. Let President Boka come and tell his position about the border issue. If the government fails to address the border situation, the citizens themselves, we can remove the Guinean soldier from our land. But we're waiting, we're looking at the government for the government to give us, the right or for us to wait for the government position. But the government are not saying anything. They have more than 2 weeks and they are not speaking on anything like that on the border issue every day. The Yeke Kodoba issue, the former representative Kodoba issue, we agree that they are already impeached Yeke Kodoba, and we want to make sure whether he will just be impeached and be left alone, whether he will not be charged and sent to court.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's go to the next caller. Good evening. Your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah. Good evening, ma. I'm Timothy Kaza calling you from the start out.
All right, let's hear you.
Yeah, man, about the health ministry, we are seriously dying in Liberia. You're not significant or in Liberia. Yeah. The frustration in Liberia, man. Just imagine if you go to the government hospital, you will buy the glove, you buy, you buy the copy books. I don't know if we find it to be a government hospital.
But when we hear the money need that is depositing in the ministry, then so where the money need going, ma? So as for me, I have one suggestion today. It's my opinion. I want the country to be turned over to America or any foreign country to at least take the country here for so 10, 15 years. Then we set and turn it to zero. Because they country for all of one group of projects in the hour for dying without reason. It's very helpful of feeding.
All right. Thank you for calling. Let's go to the next caller. Good evening. Your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, so good evening and listening to the Labran people. Yeah, there is Momotilo I call from things. What's on my mind this evening is the one of the training issue, the expression of Honorable Yege followed by, I really wanted to talk. I've been thinking about talking this, but thank God I'm on a platform this evening to talk about. It's so sad that we get legislature that only aim or justice or tell somebody up because they don't want the people the president. Why will the country go through in making sure that they replace Honorable Yege Foluba is another money in the government that don't have money, but it can take almost around $1 million just to conduct another election in the state. That money could be used to direct it to the health sector, to the educational sector, and to other sectors. Maybe they can even provide temporary job, but our lawmaker who got up capital see that they fear to expel lawmaker, all because they don't. People say that they are the problem, they are the cause for liability. Somebody want to believe it because. I mean,
Okay. Thank you very much.
That in the interest of the Liberian people.
Thank you very much for calling. Thank you very much. Good evening. Your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, good evening. My name is
All right, let's hear you.
I'm talking as to the President Boyka being in the United States of America to receive the Africa Annual Peace Award for the promotion of peace and reconciliation. I'm calling on the organizer, indeed, if they are to honor President Boyka, when you receive that award, for now I'm going to tell that institution are being fake. Because in this country, the nation is heavily divided under President Joseph Yuma Boyka. Then now you are awarding for promoting peace and reconciliation. It means that institution it is not credible. It is not credible in a sense. If you've been a journalist, you know that the country is heavily divided under President Boyka. And there's no sign of reconciliation with President Boyka. He referred to his critics as backing dog. Then an institution is credible to the award. I consider institution being so fake. And we, the people of this nation, will not honor that award that is to be given to President Joseph Yuma Boyka Republic of Liberia. We consider that award as being very, very fake. Fake to the extent that we do even want to invite President Boyka because he has divided this country. There's no reconciliation. We are heavily divided in the nation to the extent that everybody has just hating each other for no reason because of the president and nature. Have a good day.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Good evening. Your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, good evening. This is Jazza.
Let's hear you.
Hello?
I'm listening to you.
Thank you. My concern has to do with some opposition lawmaker who say on a Fala and you to 200,000 for that count. And the last time the estimate for that year on the vision. But no, then there was that. The will call the only for the benefit. We not get benefit, we not get gas. What are you saying? How about the money you post on it? Because to always use to video switch to lie on the video, need to lie on the people in this country. Now he said they put too money, now they may appear in the video. No one else to tell the man to even get evidence to say, they make 200,000 but the only argument for benefit. Is it fair to all? You only can't make a statement on the video, lie to people every day. You put all your savings, what the money they put to for you. Spoon say one video about it, they made 200,000. How far is going now?
Okay.
And the second issue, that would do it, or Abu Bana Kamara. The man is taking people's land. Man is fencing the whole land. Let's prove what the land should come over Louisiana and see about the land. It's very serious. Very serious though that let's I want to know that if it's not to call chaos to be frank.
Okay.
When I'm talking about the style how they call it or the style how they call it or Louisiana Township. They made it very serious, man fencing the whole pool land. You got a pool on soon. That the people who say they believe in real life, saying who threw out, who brought arm and then they threw out material from us. They were very silly that they are good in the country.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you for calling. Good evening. Your name and where are you calling from? Okay, putting your calls to 0555101075. Good evening. Your name and where are you calling from? Good evening. Yes, your name and where are you calling from?
Danwali from 540 Congo Town.
All right, let's hear you.
Yeah, what on my mind is our Yaga issue. You see now they are suspended Yaga from the horse. So is the case over now or what? So we want to appeal to the president so that we see into that those who caused the problem at the border there that caused our people to flee the area. And today, look at them stay to the place there. So they can stay to the place there. We want our government to investigate the case. To see into that who are those that caused the problem for the Liberian people. So that they can investigate the case. If any of the senators who were here inside that the money come to that place, then they will be able to face the consequence for it.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. Good evening. Your name and where are you calling from?
Thank you very much this evening on your evening to the show. My name is Mohammed M. Konneh. I remain a member of the UPW.
All right, let's hear you.
Thank you. I listened to some of the callers, and they are saying that the country is highly divided. My dear sister, to be very honest, this country, at first, okay, to be very honest, I don't think we have 5 presidents in this country, or we have 22 presidents in this country. We don't have 1 president in this country, and the president is president of a period in this country. No matter if what kind of party institution it is, we need the president of each and every one of us in this country. Okay? Because when they come out to say the president, the country is divided, or the award, the peace award President Baga went to go receive in the state, I don't even know what the message soon coming forward to say that, in fact, when the president come back, in fact, the organizer, they're not even organized that peace program good. They don't know the even the dark ground they're coming for. I don't know. I think this guy they need to go back in the forest. Okay, because Lablo as a whole, we don't have 2 presidents, we don't have 3 presidents. Even the time former president we are in the country, I mean you're president in the country, we only have 1 president at a time, and then the president at a time we're former president we are. The time when I said in the country, have 1 president, the president was Manaseri. So this guy for the Canada, but we are going to see the stress in the country. When they go to Canada, they will continue to cry in the country here. So
all right. Thank you very much. Good evening. Your name and where are you calling from? Good evening.
Hello?
Yes, your name and where are you calling from?
Rose, my name is Tifu Fazana, member of the United Party International. I hope you will bear with me my background on the.
Yeah, so let's do it quickly.
We are in budget tonight. Rose, I want to talk. My concern has to do with the people that are saying President Baka for Liberia, the door. Rose, I will say this. You journalists on the radio, you are a wise door in a society. So does that mean calling people door? You are a door? So let's talk about the constitutional issue in the country. Don't forget about the mess of politics. Because that is direct politics they are playing, and it will not suffice for the ear of the people. It don't matter expression, you can figure out this, everyone will all know. So what they say, don't hear a foul lady before they hear for what are they saying to you? The people will definitely talk about destruction. we will not be distracted. So I say I listened to CEO that they were very disappointed that he was backing on his show. Everyone you consider it to be door, so let be. But that the president will try to enter that door.
Okay. Thank you very
So if
much.
anybody you be playing, go and play that cheap holiday song with President Bunker. If that dog can mad door, if you call it door, he is our president there. How do you think?
All right. Thank you very much.
So that thing of politics of CEO.
Good evening. Your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Emmanuel Xano Chin. I do join from this.
All right, Manuel, let's hear you.
Yeah, I think I've been trying to create our president made to call America for peace. I don't want to know if people are worrying for President Parker for lying, for telling a police inspector general for killing people in jail. I hear warning President Parker who told our mother, our father, our parents, sister in the town that they are warning President Parker who told the people that is not making new land. They are President Parker who are defying our country, refusing to allow the former president to use the VIP laws. I really want to know if LA is or AI because the is not credible for President Parker because you have defied this country, you have caused more harm to this country than good. Thank you for the time.
All right, thank you very much. Good evening, your name and where are you calling from?
Oh, yeah, my name is Mama calling from Konneh.
All right, let's hear you.
My concern really has to do with the president said, I can't listen to community radio because they abusive language too much on the radio. When we listening to ERBC now, the president calling the country door. So somebody say that situation English, that gossip, that working. So the president of the can listen to the radio because the people can hear abusive language on the radio. But he can call, can get at a accepted radio. Oh, I mean, accepted on the radio. Is it right? Mr. Waterspoon, CEO reaching to you. Like you're the one used to be talking on the radio. Now, why your president doing to yeah? Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Good evening, your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is DJ Constant, the famous DJ Constant. I come from private home in Lakwasi. Good evening.
Good evening. Let's hear you.
My own concern is I want to ask Sultan or the people and the panelists. Why for the past 2 months, what is happening to the voice of the former representative of District Number 8? We don't hear him. Was he bound? Is he bound or is he on suspension? I want to see you answer that question on that because I've not heard him for almost 2 months or 3 months now. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for calling. Good evening, your name and where are you calling from? Good evening, your name and where are you calling from? I'm fine, thank you. Your name and where are you calling from?
All right, thank you. I'm Lawrence Spencer. I'm in Johnsonville Township.
All right, let's hear you.
It's quite interesting that some group of Liberians in the diaspora will take upon themselves to make mockery out of, and those are all who our rights have been violated in Liberia. And the president continued to, like many of your callers have said, divide the country heavily whenever has the opportunity to address the nation. So, I've been my little corner wondering as to what type of a war is it? Is there a pay for a war? I think there's a war is a pay for a war. And there's how Mr. Baga and his life are spending our resources. The contact few of the surrogates in America. And they say, oh, your prince is going to pay by your give to the president on our side. They can look at, yeah, the men doing well on the ground. No, you cannot, like somehow you are beginning and say, you cannot let your last hunger or you cannot even let your last suffering. People are suffering my sister road. You very more over us. Right in your station there, see the hunger on Liberian faces. What's the transformation they may have brought to the country? I mean, look at the country. Like somebody said, a police director has become more brutal than even the Liberian Civil War. This man, whenever Liberian want to come on the street to exercise their constitutional franchise, it will unleash the military wing of the Unity Party called the AP to people citizenry. That's what been happening.
Okay.
Just a recent year situation.
and you go and print something on paper and say you get it to Vaga to tell Vaga say he's doing well. I mean, there's a joke.
All right.
That's what they kind of thing, man.
Okay, thank you for calling. Good evening, your name and where are you calling from? Good evening, your name and where are you calling from?
Good evening, this is Nathaniel Doe, and I join you from Louisiana. And
all right, let's hear you, Nathaniel.
Never in the party in the Red Bureau. My sister, something happened today. You know, the frustration is on the opposition to be free. There's a guy, former minister, the mayor, Ra, he wrote the same keke from Eastern. He's in a boundary junction. Now we're boundary and then pass. Really. So you can just thinking, I said, but what happened to you? So he said, oh, my brother, they will continue to be free. They man, but I'm really working. I don't think we'll come out of power. And the frustration you see me as well, I say, but how is it, man? And I say, I'm from Brazil. See, you can't ever use these two other to boundary junction in five. What do we do there? They prove everything in the different because the men working. They see that you can see something happening in the country. People are frustrated right now. Different where men is working. See what happened today. Can't be on it. So the next thing we see is start watching my people.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, your name and where are you calling from?
Thank God so much for the opportunity. This is the election period. Hello.
I'm listening to you.
Yeah. Who's speaking that the president went America for a war? Let me tell you that some of the Latvians that blessing when you were blessing upon you. The former president are here for 2 years. We got to pay the country, the party, all of these things. And to the president, he spoke today. And every last year he came to the comment, every get last year, some of the children that we can be causing, we go on the radio station. They will get info, will call you up, causing the president all day. They want to find the small man. They want to find everything. You can do the camp of the big chunking, comment card.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Good evening to you and good evening to everybody.
Rosemary, good evening. You had Dr. Richardson and Dr. Josh in the back and you refused to bring them on, but that's okay. I want to say hi to all of you. Dr. Richardson, how you doing? You at work?
Yeah, I'm at work. I'll be
Emmanuel Josh came on the show eating. Emmanuel Josh, Dr. Josh, how you doing? I know that's how it is. You eat on the go. It's all right.
How you doing, Dr. Josh?
No, good evening, Dr. Richardson. Good evening, Stanton. Good evening, Rosemary. I was sitting in the back waiting for the show. You didn't signal me nothing, and now I have these. These wonderful wheat pretzels. They're very good.
A lot of sugar, by the way. A lot of sugar, though.
No, it's Stanton. It's okay.
Yeah, it's a lot of sugar. You see, the sugar is taking away your eyesight, so you're not even able to see and read. That's the thing. It's a lot of sugar. Rosemary, how you doing? Are you serious?
Actually, I was just going to say that somebody called Amos said that Rosemary should smile more.
No, Nelson should be on the show, but Nelson get her canopy. Nelson,
she's so beautiful, so don't be serious all the time. That's what the person wrote.
I mean, we came here for a spoon talk. I don't know why they like me to be smiling.
I mean,
beautiful, by the way.
That's the flavor you bring on the show, though. You got to smile. You know, it's not that serious. You know, 2029, you have either another government or the same government, either or. Liberia remains. Liberia will be the same. Maybe, who knows, CMC, Musa Benito will come from the grave and be president. Westside. Can you, Westside?
CEO, what's up, man?
Yeah, I'm good. I know you try to be careful. You want to be part of my joke, but that's okay. Musa Benito say,
you know, I'm not afraid of jokes.
Musa Benito. But Musa on the way to America, though, he refused to tell me. But I accepted. I get to know that he'll be in production.
I don't mean to interrupt you.
Global jail, man.
But
But listen, you can't wait now. You're interrupting. Oh, I tell you to work.
no, I am at work and I'm leaving at 5 o'clock. I may return. So, but I just wanted to tell you what was on my mind. Why I bother you early this morning for? I really wanted to talk about that. I didn't sleep last night, and I really wanted the world to know that.
No, we talked about I said yesterday. You have an opportunity to attack Wilfred Magura. You did it.
The thing that you myself talking about on the topic.
We got new topic. We got new topic, man. Listen, in the military, I mean, we do stuff, we move on. I served in the military 3 days. You have an opportunity to talk. Now that new day, you know, we got new topic. We got, you know, the LDC is the Christmas light. The people ask where our yellow machine. Say we talk to some car say yellow machine come here, ain't come yet. Where the yellow machine, my people? What's going on with the yellow machine? What is the real story to the yellow machine? We'll be bringing the PUL president here to tell you. They said the man talk today, the man was bad. You will tell you, you know. And we still got, you know, a lot of stuff in the country. The lawmaker, that's the funny thing, right? And think we are here to discuss it. Emmanuel, that Richardson will give you change, you'll tell your own. The lawmaker, they ain't see the woman, they go take her trousers. They agree to remove Yake. Time to get a pay now. The President Braga check out from the country in America, you can't pay them. They say at the Capitol building waiting. They call Gafan say he get money. They call the deputy minister say no money to pay you for coming back. And other issue we promise you we can get. They put and say that they said they will pass a supplementary budget, but the guy that's supposed to sign only the guy will not sign till they get a pay. What, Emmanuel? What kind of group of people are those? Right? They agreed that they will remove Yake. The main reason why they came, right? They agreed to pass the supplementary budget. Time for them to get a pay, they can't get a pay. They fell ahead. They said they will stay there. Right now, as we're speaking, they stay there. Asking everybody where the pay coming from. The pay can reach. The money can go in their account. I was speaking of Wilfred Magura today. The message was, man, that place is a bad place. Wilfred told me. Wilfred said the place is a bad place. You know, everybody just greeted. And I like Wilfred. He can say it on straight there. He doesn't hide it. So yeah, I do. Wilfred, seriously, I like Wilfred. I like Konneh, but I used to like Konneh, but really I don't like him anymore because he wishy-washy. 1 minute he for and another minute he's against. So I let people that straight up.
Yeah, maybe God can disagree with you.
A lot of people disagree with me. Look at Ed Remy Gray. He disagree with me all the time. You must have me play on the show all the time. Excellent.
You want
to put me against my man Konneh? Is that what you're trying to do? Is that the divine rule method you're trying to use?
I say I get my brother want to do it, but who can I consult? I say consult, you on the show, then you want to consult somebody about your brother coming? Are you serious? Like your own show, how you consult me? And now you're asking me to bring somebody on the show. Like the CDC group now in Pennsylvania, they say they want to I say, call I say do and Kevin. They get fair. I said, well, how you reach out to me? You know, everybody on the show, they have
something. Been asking you ever since you just been denying us. You went to the board. I know the board said no.
No, I'm not asking for you to bring somebody else on. I'm saying if you have a program, we get Saturday open, you can host your person you bring it on or talk about your issue on Saturday. Saturday is open for all. Nelson will be doing the Saturday. So listen, you don't make this your own. Who in the back yet? Oh my God, who let the dog out? The yellow dog. Who let the dog out? Who? Wow, Granny, you better wow.
You to be calling people dog and I'm on you.
Hello.
You don't want to call people dog.
No, but now we're studying dog. I said, who let the dog out? The president calling people dog. Let me call people dog.
If you won't call people dog, just call them dog by yourself.
Now the president calling people dog, and I mean, y'all go ask President Boyga, is that fine? But this time, somebody was using something in a parable.
You see that, but you're laughing. They're laughing.
But somebody was using a parable. Who's that? Is that Mo Ali? He didn't say dog. He said something. Did you guys follow it? He said something, another parable he gave. Anyway, I'm going to look on his page, right? But who let the dog out? President Joseph Barga let the dogs out. I want to say, but how you call her? She left, though. When was that Richardson? She left?
I saw something on Stephen Johnson. I'm more a lady.
Yeah, what did he say?
Who's Stephen Johnson?
Yeah.
Wait, I'll look for it.
Everybody giving a parable, but Joseph Burger parable was a wicked parable. It meant called the Liberian people dull. Oh man, now you guys, welcome to the show. Welcome to the Spoon Talk. It's good to have all of you. You know, our great counselor. People asking for what's his man name, counselor? What's the other counselor we have here? Not Clinton. The other Liberian counselor.
Councilor Gould.
Councilor Gould, yeah, I kick Councilor Gould. You want to be very respectful to his fellow panelists, and I kick him out. Remember, listen, I got nothing. Listen, for me.
I was you're being disrespectful to me.
But you're not that important. That Richardson is important.
Also, because you're position, other people you do it.
We know your position tomorrow.
We know your position. So we realize your position.
Oh yeah, that George. You know that already used to be with ANC, and she left ANC and joined CNC.
No, I'm talking about you. We know your position here.
Oh, I think you got a point, right? Because that Richardson
was ANC. The woman was executing ANC. I know she came to CNC again.
No, but and let me say this, right? This is important. Let me say this.
George, they're struggling to find people. Why they left ANC? I don't even know. Like, you got other reason why she left ANC.
But who told you we're struggling to find people?
Okay, you're not struggling, but people resigning though.
From where?
Oh no, ANC that already left you and went to CMC.
So people are resigning for CMC.
People were resigning. Where they resigning for ANC?
But we had a conversation the last time. Where were you? That Richardson said the reason why she left.
What was the reason?
No, I'm not going to repeat what she said. I mean, you were absent that day.
You want to be devil advocate? You can help.
No. I will never be the devil. I will never be the devil advocate. I don't like that saying. Be devil advocate. Devil that devil.
Okay, you want to be the angel advocate? Okay. Be angel advocate now.
I mean, I'm not injured. I'm too wicked to be injured. I would never be injured.
Don't be slippery.
No. Listen, I would never be like you either. So that's the point. You want me to be like you. You want me to
be like me, my man. It's difficult.
But hey, guys, welcome to the show, man. Welcome to all of you. It's good to see you.
It's been a while.
Counselor, you want to moderate the show today?
Oh no, I don't want to, man. I'm not like you. You those skills are not the way you get that way. I got that way.
Tama, welcome, yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Tama, you free from malaria? I heard that you have malaria.
Well, you know, it's lingering, but I have been.
Yeah, it's not lingering. Don't bring it on our show, my man. Keep that where you got it from.
I want to send it your way. I want you to catch it.
No.
Wendy, welcome, yeah. You bring new life to the show.
If I start that wish God thing, you want to bring him
out. To you so you can catch it.
Glennie, thank you for bringing me a smile. I'm not too sure can you smile there in me, but your smile is very sure.
Thank you.
Hello, but I want to say welcome. We got Jacob. We got Jacob Jara here. What Fubi? We got here.
Hello, Jacob. Hello, Konneh Gray. Hello, Wilfred.
You call Fubi for me. I'll
for you.
Thank
you for your speedy recovery. It's good to see you.
Thank you. Feeling
better. Begin on your feet, Tamba.
Thank you.
Brownie Samuka can run beyond Stanton. I will call Brownie for you.
And good evening, Rosemary and Glennie.
Hello, Tama. How are you?
Hello, sis Glennie. It's good to see you.
So, Glennie, where have you been? Where have you been? Where in this? I met your cousin, by the way. We went to a funeral. He introduced himself to me. Let's say I forgot the gentleman's name. Older gentleman.
You're supposed to know.
Yeah, I'm gonna get there, right? He came to me. He said, I'm Glennie's cousin. I think his name is Harris. I believe that Harris. He said, I'm Glennie cousin. I say, yeah. He said, but I stopped saying Glennie. Yeah, something with an H, Harry or Harris, one of the ha. And I said, yeah, but notwithstanding, he said, but what Glennie? I stopped saying on the show. I said, who is Glennie to you? He said, Glennie, I'm my cousin. I said, then you asking me where Glennie? Call your cousin, ask your cousin where Glennie. He said, yeah. I said, yeah, once we're talking by it, but DeLon and Young Glennie can get there and leave the show. He started cracking up. So, but it's good to have you on, Glennie. And, you're always welcome back. You You keep on trying, and congratulations to
Trying
you.
to do what? You come early, you didn't know where I was. That's why you come to do it.
You pass all your tests to be nursing home administrator. Congratulations to you, and I hope you can do that as a great job, a very hard one too. And again, we appreciate all the hard study and the victory at the end that you passed. I heard that you failed the first test, but you were given a second chance. So, but you agree that you took tests. Now you fail, you say that laugh. We're going
I
like
told Gisetta, I said, I'm coming old school. She said, I can't wait because stand on Jack coming to all the things what you tell him. I tell what you doing.
Who you do?
Gisetta.
Who you got Gisetta?
My daughter.
Oh, that dollar because no, I won't talk about your dollar business. We need that one. Nadeo, Agio. They got enough bad people there, yeah. But we want to say welcome to you. We got a lot to discuss on today. The first thing on our plate, we'll just jump into it. Sorry, we started the program late. Dr. Richardson is working right now. She's going to teach psychology and dog therapy. You know, Dr. Richardson always she carry on a different section, right? They talk about human being, they talk about animal. So if you want dog training, dog therapy, Dr. Richardson can help you. I don't think, yeah, dog therapy.
Like
so, DOG, dog therapy, yeah.
Like literally or figuratively?
I mean, I don't do figurative. Nothing.
Metaphorically.
Yeah, dog therapy.
Metaphorically.
Metaphorically, no, I don't do that. Dog therapy, not dog therapy. No, it's very important, right? They tell let's shoot. Dr. Richardson was telling me, right? You know, we got so many geriatric, folks around. Yeah, you know that in America, right? So the last thing they depend on are the little dog, right? They gotta pet the dog. They gotta understand the dog. And people make money from that. You gotta tell the old man and the grandpa how to take care of the dog, when to walk.
Dog or like a figurative dog.
I mean, what's your problem? I said dog, D-O-G. They ain't say figurative. Dog, D-O-G. The one Joseph Boga was talking about. The one I'm talking about, dog.
Joseph Boga talking about a figurative dog. I just want to know that real dog talking about.
Joseph Boga had we were talking about real dog. He wasn't talking about figurative dog. Now you want to interpret it.
Stanton is talking about the watchdog of society.
I'm talking about dog. I'm talking about red dog. Dog therapy. Real dog. D-O-G. The one Glewy. The one that in Radical Market are walking around. Dog.
But in America now. I mean, people get dog hospital only in America.
Oh yeah, $360 for the rabies shot every month. They will bathe your dog. They will groom your dog. $360. It's not easy. It's not cheap. I have 3 of them.
Yeah, but that's like $1,000 a month for dogs.
Let the water go across the road, but they refuse to go across the road.
There are lots of dogs. There are lots of dogs in America.
Yeah, a lot of for nothing dogs and nothing. But I mean, it's a great thing. I want to say, guys, let's get to the conversation tonight. A lot of stuff happening. We want to say welcome to Spoon Talk, the 23rd day of April 2026, wherever you are. Thank you for joining us. I'm hearing that Musa Ability is coming to America. And Edwin Snow will be here also. Both Edwin Snow and Musa Ability, they're coming back. So they gave these guys them visa. I think that, anyway, let me leave that one before they get first. They get a guy visa, they will come here 10, 20 times before the year, and they gave them 1 year visa. And they just come in. Edwin Snow will be back, Musa will be back. That's the first announcement. The second announcement is that we reach out to the CMC family, Jacob, you here, to give us the location to go over and check those promises that were made, Kanyo. In my Gibby, Bon County, Grand Cape Man, they refuse to get back to us. So I don't know how we can do this. They refuse to get back to us. Damo was ready to go find those locations. So maybe what Bangura and others said was true, and we're still going to be patient to wait. If you make a promise, keep your promise. So again, I will call Musa to clarify. He said his promise was, open-ended promise. He couldn't give any deadline. So again, but that's not our topic for today. Something touched my heart. Let me bring it to your attention. This is from Konneh, Senator Konneh, the legislature special session called by President Bwaka concludes today. Important issue, printing new bank note and the supplementary budget got overshadowed by the Yeke-Koluba debate, leading to question about whether those were the real concern, or if the focus was on removing Yeke for his border remarks. Now that he is gone, does that resolve the border crisis with Guinea? You got to answer that, or wait for it. And has the Guinean military gone back to its barracks? That question is for the patriots who believe they are more patriotic than fellow citizens who disagree with the current government. So this is very, very important. And we got a video, we got everything. We just want to remind you, the President Konneh, according to Article 32B of the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia, I hereby call a special session of the 55th legislature for a period of 10 working days, commencing Thursday, April 9, 2026, and ending Thursday, April 23rd, today, 2024. This session is convened to deliberate and act upon matters of urgent national concern. I want you to give it your best shot. What Amara said, the guys can stay there. They're trying to solve the problem and go home today. Welcome, everybody. Let's get into it. I'm sorry I cannot ask you for your intro, but let's just get right into it because we have started the program late. So I said to you, Glennie, welcome back, but let's just start you to this one. What say you?
So, hello everybody. It's good to be back. It's been a long time, but I'm glad that I'm back. It's always good to participate in the issues concerning our most loved country. I think there are a lot of parts to what Amara Konneh said, Senator Konneh said today. I think it's something that you want to be able, for me, I want to look to the end results. After this 10 days special session, what did they accomplish? And we're seeing that the emphasis of all that they've been doing, actually the main thing, what we heard that they came for, we only heard about it today. We only saw open session. Maybe they've been meeting secretly. We didn't know about it. But I will hope that something has materialized. I did see something about some budget passed and all of that. I think people should not take Senator Konneh's statement lightly, because he's a part of the process. And so when he's coming at the tail end of their meeting or their special session and he's writing those things are things that are concerning. I always like to read what he writes, because if you're able to interpret some of the things he writes, his messages are very deep. They are not just surface. They're not just on the surface. So I think there's more to that. But I just think it would be good to also talk to him about why he wrote that and based on what, because there are so many, when you unpack the statement, there are a lot of things in that statement with what he said.
Yeah, but Glenn, go ahead, unpack it. Let me put it up again, because we'll get into the different point. It's the reason why I'm making this to be one of the first topics for today. Unpack what you want to unpack here. And let's ask the Liberian people what Amara Konneh posted today. Let's just listen to ourselves for once, though. The purpose of coming, two things we're taking away: the supplementary budget and YECA. But YECA overshadowed everything. And it came with one purpose under the command of the president for YECA to go. Do we still have the Guinean at the border? Did they discuss any border issue? Did they return to the capital to discuss border issue? So what in this you want to unpack, Glennie?
I mean, I think it says a lot about the government, and to have someone who is a part of the government coming out and saying that, because the question there is a rhetorical question, like, we came here because of YECA. Now that YECA has gone, has the border issue been solved? He's almost suggesting that if we say we came here because of YECA, YECA is gone now. Can we go to the border and say that the land issue has been resolved? Can we go to it and say that we're not going to talk about it? So for him to come up and say that, also says that this 10 days break that they've been on, have they discussed anything concerning the border issue? Has there been any discussion about it? Because all we've seen in the news has been about YECA. So I think that's what I'm saying, for it to come from him, a sitting senator, it speaks volume as to where his thought process is, because hopefully we will not hear anything about Guinea again. YECA going to answer the Guinea issues should be resolved.
Wow, I thank you very much. Dr. George, jump in here. Again, if you want me to put it up, I'll put it up. If you have read it, that's fine. But let's hear you, Dr. George. I want you to connect the return of the lawmakers, right? You're going home today now. The time is over. And Admiral Konneh final statement on their return.
Yes. Look, the president letter stated that they were returning for 10 days to discuss a specific issue, which was the supplementary budget. But within this period, also have a secondary issue, an incursion into our territory by a foreign army. Unfortunately, the only statement we heard, or I heard, about that was Madam Mama Bridge, the Honorable Mama Bridge Mensa, saying that when they heard what people at the border, she was afraid in her statement. Can you imagine someone who's supposed to be motivating others and inspiring others said she was afraid? And then Yeke made a statement, so she was signed 29 times to move Yeke from the House of Representatives without offering a solution to the challenge we have at our border. Yes, it appears that they added some money for security forces, but we have not seen any movement. In fact, there happens to be a dead silence on that issues in government corridor right now. I don't know where the silence is coming from, but the silence is so dead that we are hearing it loud and clear. So the Senator Konneh is right, because most of the issues that they were discussing happens to happen only in the House. I don't know whether we have taken note of that. So it means that the 30 men and women that is in the Liberian Senate, they were sitting there the entire way having nothing much to do, because the House of Representatives seems to be the only group that was working and not moving things forward for the Senate to also to come into conference along with them. So, but that's the situation we have. As somebody said, the president, as Tai Wongme said, let me call his name. What the president wants is what the president gets. We have spent, it is estimated that about $6 million is going to be spent asking these 105 lawmakers to return to the capital. And we are going to spend an extra $1.5 to $2 million to have an elections in district number 10 to replace Yeke, which is getting close to be a problem because of first, what the Supreme Court is going to say to the matter. And second, 2 members of the House, one said he did not sign, the other one was outside of the country against the House rule. So we have a serious situation, critical situation at hand, and this situation is caused by the men and women who are supposed to be making laws for us to move our country forward.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Konneh Gray. Konneh Gray, let's hear you. This is another unique way to start our program. I mean, talk to us, Konneh Gray.
You know, Stanton will start the show. Good day, everyone. Madam Genius, myself, I'm happy to see you back on today. But when we started the show, you said, why ask you to bring my own brother on the show when I'm part of the show? I think the question asked by Konneh, the senator, should have been asked by an outsider, not somebody within the dungeon. It's like Jesus asking what goes on in heaven. It's a member of heaven. How do we know? Declaring war or responding to war is also a part and parcel of the responsibility of the legislature. Why would a senator be asking why that matter was not discussed? Who's supposed to raise it there if he's not the one? You know, this idea that people are shadowing themselves away from government, you're part of the government. Anything that comes up to be discussed should be brought in there by you, the government. Why are you making this to appear like you're not part of the government? The government is here and I'm here. And I've seen some of those, those treacherous move by most of these people who are in those corridors that should be heading going to war should not only be the responsibility of the president. It seems as though when people pushing this on the foot of the president, it's like he's supposed to take the gun and go to the border single-handedly and challenge forces that have incurred into our border. Who thinks that way? You, the legislature, you derive some of the idea of even responding to war. And now when you ask this question, supplemental budget we came to discuss, and we discussed the issue of one issue, which is Yeke. Yeah, it's important. That's an emotional issue for some people, the removal of any of them, especially for crossing the line. So it will take the center stage. But at the end of the day, who's supposed to respond whether or not we call to the responsibility of fighting or facing the troops that are in our border? I'm not supposed to be some of the people that will make that decision. Why is he asking? It's not a different man from the rest of the legislature. He's a member, a tacit member of the legislature. Let him go ask himself why he didn't bring the issue up. This is by extension that hypocrisy.
Thank you. And listen, I think you bring out some very interesting point. He's part of the family. You are quite correct. But let's hear from Konneh. Konneh, what say you to the Konneh post?
Well, thank you, CEO. I'd like to preface my comments firstly by saying that any regional agitation between Liberia and Guinea on our borders is a very serious issue. People who live through the civil crisis and who are aware of what war has done to Liberia will never ever take a border issue that could emerge into violence to be a joke. We sit here, we talk about freedom of speech. People make statements that a sitting lawmaker, person who makes the law in the first branch of government, can speak recklessly about security matters that affect our country. And they say it is freedom of speech. But when walking to Liberia 40 plus years ago, killed 250,000 people in our country, we were here talking about there must be peace. This is hypocrisy at the highest level. I respect Senator Konneh. I read his piece. Senator Konneh speaks about patriotism. He claims that those who don't speak, quote unquote, on behalf of Yeke may not be patriotic, and those who speak now are patriotic. And I respect Senator Konneh. I've always respected him. I think he's a stand-up guy. But I need to ask Senator Konneh, when the issue of war coming to our country between Guinea and Liberia is raised, is patriotism speaking recklessly, inciting violence, and calling your country into question? Is that patriotism for Senator Konneh? He needs to answer that question. Senator Konneh must answer that question as a sitting senator of our country. And I respect him. Very smart, very brilliant, know what he's about, but I need to answer him. He asked the question of patriotism. Yeke spoke very recklessly. He endangered our country by saying that Guinea owns land that our president diplomatically is seeking to resolve, is drawing us into danger and drawing us to war. That's what Yeke said. And that is why his colleagues decided that he had brought the legislature to disrepute. And they kick him out. Is that unpatriotic? Is that what Senator Konneh is saying? Then let him come and answer that question. That's what he needs to answer.
Thank you. We'll do another round.
I'm wrapping up. I'm very clear, right? We should not play politics with patriotism in our country. Yeke insulted President Weah and his wife. He insulted President Boyka and everything under him. He has consistently insulted everybody in this country. Nobody put him under the legislature. We have a situation at the Guinea border at Solomba that could draw us into war.
Let's do another round of this. We'll come to you, Konneh. Yeah, we're
And
going to
there's
do another round. Kanye will
looking
come back to you.
and,
I want
and
to
the
say,
Senator Konneh wants to ask
we will
us
come
about
back to you, Kanye. Ladies
what
and
is
gentlemen,
patriotism.
share the show. We are talking
I
about this
want
course.
Senator Konneh
Yo,
to
thank
come
you.
and define what is
Kanye, thank
patriotism.
you. Kanye, thank you
Why
very
is
much.
President Boycott?
Guys, thank you very much. We got to leave it there. Let me bring you in. You know, I'm not going to do the cycle on one side, would be in and out. So let me bring in CMC Jacob Jada. Then we'll go to Whitford, Bangura, Acid. No, you completed. I was just saying we got to move on. We'll come back. We'll do another round. You are making a very strong argument here, but we got to listen to the orders because a lot of people will go to the phone line and ask the Liberian people what you think, right? What you think about Amara Konneh? Let me put it up again. Let me put his statement up.
Huh?
But then you ask if your current gone. We know about if your current gone. What are you asking us?
No, sorry for that.
Are your current gone?
That's okay. 1 second. I can make my point now if I'm still on. At least you always go ring. And stuff like
Make your point.
Yeah. So, Stanton. So listen, I'm just tell the first thing here. I mean, I'll try to say here, with the exception of a few members of the legislature, and of course I will add my political leader to that as an exception, because he's shown exemplary leadership and position on the legislature. With the exception of him and a very few people, I have precisely no respect for the legislature, the Liberian legislature. Holistically speaking, it is a body that is not fit for purpose. I don't think we're getting the value from that legislature. We're being duped as a population. We spend about $50 million on a body that is generally worthless. And I agree with Representative Tai Wongwe when he talked about potentially dismantling the legislature as a body that is surplus to requirement. We're not getting much value from it. That's the first general point I'll make. And then I will nail it down to something a little bit more specific about what Senator Konneh said. I tend to agree with Remy Gray a little bit about Senator Konneh. Senator Konneh is a member of the legislature. You know, it's like DeLong and all these people who are members of the legislature. They are coming to start complaining to or intending to advocate and civil society actors, which is a little bit of a BMSP here. Because we expect them in the legislature to take the big decision that's required to transform the country. If they're fumbling and failing on that responsibility at the legislature, then they should just say it. Like Musa have said that if given over the legislature, he potentially not even going to run again because the value is not coming. But they have to say that. But they can't act like the active members of the legislature. They need to take the decision that we need them to take to fix the country, and they fumble on that and then tend to advocate all of that. We're not going to rule like that for me. So, of course, on the Yeke question, we've said it repeatedly on this show that the action of the lower house, the action of the House of Representatives to expel Yeke was a disgraceful decision. Yeke did absolutely nothing wrong. Yeke broke no law. The PUL, the president of Liberia today, made the point about declining democratic value in this country. And they talk about the Yeke case. It's a matter of freedom of speech. And to have, I like to call the people there, Kun there, to have Thomas Fala there, going down there to protect their own interests and expel Yeke because they were giving money allegedly or backed by the office of the president to remove him because people are not happy with Yeke's speech. That's where we are today. And for me, the action butchered our democracy, it butchered the Constitution, and rendered the health of our democracy today in extreme jeopardy. And that's what I would say now. It's obvious to everyone that Yeke removal was unlawful, was illegal, was a violation of our democratic practice, and they have turned this country as if to say we are under martial law, when in fact we are a free democratic country that will have the right to express their freedom of speech. So it has been a disgraceful episode so far on Capitol Hill with the removal of Yeke. And we don't need Amara Konneh to tell us that. We know that for sure. We've said that here repeatedly. We want Amara Konneh to create a coalition of Liberian Capitol Hill to fix the country, to change the country. We don't need him to be advocate. We have plenty of CSO actors to play that role. He has to be in the chambers of the legislature, reform the budget. The Liberian budget is a wasteful budget. They're not investing in healthcare, education, in the life of our people. He needs to be busy with that. and leave the advocacy. We already know it's open secret that the action of the lower house was a disgraceful action to remove Yeke. We know that full well. And that argument has been monotonously communicated. Everybody have said that over and over. So we know that very well. That's what I would say for now.
Wow. Wilfred, let's hear you. What's your take on Amara Konneh post?
Hi, everybody. It's a great pleasure to be on the show tonight. I'm interested in context. I want to go back to the letter written by the president when he recorded legislature. The purpose was for the supplementary budget. There's nowhere in that communication wherein the president mentioned anything else other than for the House to look at the supplementary budget. The expulsion of Yeke from the lower house became a necessity.
Can I hold you 1 minute though? It's important. There's something right there you are missing. Let's see the reason why the president called him back. And you're a very smart guy, but let's just go and see. Well, what are you saying, Wilfred? Can you read to us the reason the president called the lawmakers back?
The writings are very small. If you can read them.
So let me read it for you. Let me read it for our audience, not for you, but the audience. The agenda for this special session shall include, but not be limited to, shall include, but not be limited to, consideration of the following urgent legislative proposal. 1, proposal for the printing of additional Liberian dollars banknotes. 2, proposal for the passage of the 2026 supplementary budget, and this is very important. 3, other matters of national urgency. So you can't just restrict it that they just coming to talk about printing money. So I just wanted to correct you on that.
Thank you, Santon. I mentioned the supplementary budget. Is part of the reasons why the president recorded legislature. Certainly, the expulsion of Yeke was never part of that communication. That context is very important.
But it's a context that you can include it if you choose to, because it was something about other urgent matter. Now, the president left that vague, that anything can go in there. Anything can be part of that soup. That's why they say other matters. And you know that.
So that other urgent matter was determined by the legislature, and they found out that it had to do with the reckless statement made by Yeke. So they
Thank you for agreeing with me.
They brought that agenda in because normally the legislature they have the chance, they have the opportunity, the latitude to put on the agenda other things that they think is important while they are sitting. Mind you, they have adjourned and they were recalled. So I think legally they should have that ambit, wherein they can function. The reason why I'm bringing that context to bear on this conversation is because Senator Konneh's piece is straightforward, but I thought that it's also political. He's trying to play politics with the sitting of the legislature. I say this because in line with Konneh, even my friend Jacob Jala, it's no secret here that the national legislature has a responsibility to play in the governance architecture of the country. So you want to cast all of that now on the president. I think the subliminal message he's trying to deliver is that we have a situation on the border of between Liberia and Guinea, and the president is not paying attention to that, and the only interest apparently was the expulsion of Yeke. That is propagandistic, and I think it was political, and I thought that that was ill-advised. Senator Konneh has got a responsibility as a national leader to play a role in the Senate. I recall that the president briefed the Senate. The Senate is fully apprised of everything else that is unfolding at the border. He briefed the House of Elders because they have that responsibility to the country. So some of the things he raised about the border issue, those are things that should have been part of the other matter that the Senate should have put on that agenda during the 10-day sitting. But to allow the 10-day sitting to elapse and then come back with the other matter that he should have put on the agenda for the Senate to deliberate on. I thought that was a missed opportunity, and this is not going to be the responsibility of the public to get involved with the governance of the state. But I can say that the decision that the president took, according to the rational actor theory, international relations, has spared this country from going back to a civil crisis. This is very serious because we arrived at the brink of chaos, but the astute leadership of the president spared this country. When we had the incursion of Guineans breaching our borders, coming into the country, well armed, etc., it was very necessary for the president to have pursued the path of diplomacy. And diplomacy, as we all know, is not an event, it's a process. And because he is a rational leader who has a lot of wisdom and experience, he pursued that path. And that process is ongoing. And the Senate is also involved with that process, or should be involved with that process. Because anything other than that, it would have been very chaotic. So does Senator Konneh really thought that the president would have, sent the armed forces for Liberia to go and respond immediately with arms, or put the borderline, the portion of defense, or where there will be hostility on the borderline? Of course not. So I think that, in line with my other colleagues who have spoken to this matter, he has a responsibility as a senator of the Republic. Those questions should have been put on the agenda in line with the other pertinent national matters. And the Senate should be informing us today about what suggestions, what ideas they have proffered to the president.
Thank you very much. Glennie, these guys, are they hearing me when I say thank you? We have a technical issue. Thank you very much. Wilfred just adopted the attitude of Konneh. When you say thank you, they're just talking.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that. I was in thought, and I wanted to.
You are in flight.
You can't be talking. You can't call the man off. Since you came up with Dr. George, he has been different.
Yeah. But let me ask you before we go to our brother Agadas. I know Agadas' position. Yeah, let's hear as a position. And I really want to say my own on Konneh today, though, because I don't know what you guys beating on him for. I mean, I've seen opposition and imposition beating on Konneh. So let's hear Ase, what say you? What say you when we look at Konneh post today, right? It's very, very clear, but the position of these guys. But anyway, tell your own Ase, welcome.
Konneh is 100% right. I'm not a fan of Konneh. We are missing the central discussion. President Barkai recalled the legislature. There must have been items of importance for which he recalled them. It is not as if the legislature will never return. But President Barkai saw a very important reason why he needed to have them back. Senator Konneh is now asking, what was that importance? Stanton, every time I went on an interview for a managerial position, I'm always asked one question. How do you manage your day's activities? The main reason that always comes is to understand how I prioritize tasks based on their importance to the entity. The answer will all be the same. I will rank tasks based on their importance to the entity. That will mean the first and most important task that if it is not done, there will be problem. I will mark it as number 1. The second, I will mark it as number 2. And then the third, fourth, even if I don't reach to it, it can go to the next day, meaning they are not so important. So Konneh's position is, why did President Barkai recall legislature? Did he recall them because of the most important thing of Yeke? Did he recall them because of printing money? Because of the budget? Because of what?
because the only thing we have heard has been Yeke. So if the president's reason for recall was not squarely on Yeke issue who have been second tier off of, it's only people who sit to read will be causing noise and saying different things. And let's correct the second fact. Unless you don't know how the Liberian government works, the agenda for the legislature is not set by because you lawmaker. It is set by the leadership. The speaker decides what goes on the agenda from the House of Representatives. The Senate pro tem decides what goes on the agenda from the Senate. Konneh is not either of those. What he is doing is what he should do as a senator, to question the decision making of both houses. So my brother, come to think about it. After the most important reason why President Boakai decided to spend $6 million was to expel Yeke, where are we today? The Guinean army are still at the border in their Guinean uniform with arms.
One second.
In addition, no, brother, you talk the whole day quiet. I beg you, just wait. In addition to that, we heard today a Sierra Leonean minister on tape exposing what transpired when President Boakai and their president went to Guinea. Is this government lying to us? The minister for Sierra Leone. The minister for Sierra Leone is on tape.
Can you share it?
I will definitely share it. It was viral. My brother, you thought I was quiet. You were talking all your thing around. I can't end that, bro.
We do a lot of rounds on this.
Please, give me a few seconds. Let me end it. Peter just talking. Let me try to cool your tempo. You were causing noise at me. I was quiet. So again, Amara's post wonders what was that first most important reason why President Boakai recalled? Was it to expel Yeke? Because it was the first thing we heard about. That must have been the reason why he recalled them. Was it the money issue? Was it the budget? We just heard about the budget tonight. So as a manager, what will you have done first based on what is important? Mr. Konneh, who I'm not a fan of,
we got to leave you there. We got to bring in Tama. Asa, please send that video. You're talking about that play, please. Tama, welcome. Let's see you on the Amara Post.
Thank you, Stanton, and good evening to everyone in studio. And sorry for my voice, I'm coming back. I'm not going to go through the entire statement made by Senator Amara Konneh. I think all of our colleagues here have talked a bit about every bit and pieces that he addressed. Does he raise some important issues, national issues? Absolutely. As a sitting senator, he did raise important issues in his post. But as one of my predecessors have said, is Senator Amara Konneh a sitting senator? Now has his role turned to an advocate instead of actually doing the role of a sitting senator? He has an insider trying to bring complaints and basically equate to what is happening to a quick fix. The second aspect is also the senator's statement. Look, I admire Senator Konneh. He's a brilliant guy. He's done well for himself. Mr. Budget Shop 4, well known for that. But also it raises his own level of honesty in urban politics. I know he's juggling for influence. I know he's juggling for 2029, and we all know that. But you can be a sitting senator who's supposed to contribute to addressing national security issues with the sitting government, and you are out there raising questions whether the border issue has been solved overnight because the representative has been expelled. And third, doesn't matter whether Yeke is expelled or whether the Supreme Court's injunction is going to hold or not. But in a moment of war, even though we are not at war with Guinea, but the mere fact that Guinean soldiers cross onto Liberian territory, that's an incursion. It is considered a national security issue. Any Liberian, patriotic Liberian, especially those sitting and serving in government, ought to stand and protect and defend the Constitution of Liberia. That's their duty. That's our duty as citizens of Liberia. It doesn't matter whether your ancestors come from Guinea or Africa, but when a neighbor aggresses your country, your responsibility is to stand with your nation. And this is why I say, look, whatever the decision of the Supreme Court is, I think Yeke will still be expelled whether the injunction holds or not. So Amran Konneh, look, your politics should be straightforward. Do the work of a sitting senator. You know, you can't solve international border crisis overnight. We applaud this government and the responsible response that they have given, and we hope that the GMB government can continue to press and, you know, and continue to inform the public. As I've always said, government is a place where when you serve, you have to be able to inform and keep your constituents informed of what is happening in government. And we urge more of that. Thank you, Stanton.
Stanton.
Anyway, I will come to you though. Let me ask something. My fellow Liberians.
Wow. Let
me say.
Thank you, Kanye. It'll be back.
Guys, please. Let me say my way. It's very important though. I think I hate to say this. Man, but I'm seeing a lot of hypocrite individuals today. I'm not insulting my fellow panelists. No, I would do no such thing. They would ban me from the chat room, though I have the key to the chat room, though. But they would try to, expel me from the chat room, and we're fighting. Are you guys serious? You're beating on Amara Konneh because he's a lawmaker now, so he shouldn't talk. And Tama, are you okay? I think the malaria is malaria 3+. Giving you a hard time. I think you got
it gone down. But I'm doing better. I'm doing much better.
No, you're not. No, you're not. I don't think so. You know, sometimes in Liberia, when the malaria hits you like that, you start going cuckoo and you start talking, and the person that malaria go to the man head. How can you sit on the show and you blame Amara Konneh for raising issue of national concern, and you say that his work, that his duty to raise those issues, but he must do it in the back? You guys are telling us that Amara Konneh duty to flag the border issue, flag the coming back, right? But he can only do it in the back. But no, the Amara issue to bring solution to the border crisis. It's not Baka issue, the Amara issue. You guys okay? What am I hearing here? It's not the executive issue now, right? President Baka called him by, he didn't say y'all can't talk about the border issue. So Amara Konneh, don't say it. The one that call you for the line, you must talk and go sit down. Then when the man ready to talk, then Jacob Jara say, you are not an activist, you are not an advocate, don't talk. What kind of mismatch message we get from you guys? So let's slow down. I do believe, with the 30-second left, because kind of looking at me, all Liberians should applaud Amara Konneh. But wait, Archie, I will be on Amara Konneh every day. But sometimes, when there's a way, there's a will. Amara Konneh want to fight, he can't. He alone. When it comes to the budget, we can be on Amara Konneh, right? Of course. On other issues, we can be. Look at you tell Amara Konneh because he won't be president 2029, so you must watch yourself. Hey, man. Let me talk about it. I'm begging you. Let me talk. You tell the man because the man want to be president. The other man tell the man he's a travelist. I think you guys are misguided. It was right for him to raise this issue. I personally, I will applaud him for doing so, and he should do more. What did Amara Konneh say? The legislature special sessions called by President Baka concludes today. Do you know that the lawmaker did not care that thing? The president asked for 45 million, they added on 8 million for coming by, they added on 8 million there. Do you know that? It made they don't walk up. We'll play the they don't video. The president said he needed 45 million. They got added $8 million. They're making $53 million.
Still, be careful with Delon and they're looking for vote.
But nobody looking for a vote in 2029. Come on, I mean, let's be realistic. This is 2029. Who's looking for vote now?
Listen. You want to talk, but then you said, well, be careful with Delon. You know Delon more than me. I'm the one that beat Delon every day. Yeah. I think you said, well, be careful with Delon. I did it with Delon in the present condition.
That fake drama, that drama, people performing dramatic African show.
No, that's not even true. That's not true.
So can we move on without being interrupted, please? And I will say this to you, though. What did Americans say? Americans was right. What President Boga called them for? Printing new banknotes and the supplementary budget. President Boga called for $45 million. The lawmakers said we are $8 million there for ourselves. That is bad. The Liberian people will know this. They have $45 million. You know, but I can get your toast now. What to interrupt me, man?
Some people won't ask you a question, then you get there. You can ask me.
Let me finish. Then you ask question.
I ask you a question. You say $8 million. Assuming we're all admitting that they added $8 million. The $8 million not for a reason. So the legislature cannot amend the budget. Who appropriates the budget?
I give my time to speak, okay? You are not following what is happening in Liberia because you are busy. They just added $8 million, brother. So what you can say, assuming we're all admitting, I don't care whether you assume or you admit. They added $8 million. Okay? So let me do my talking now. Let me finish. All you know that saying crooked G line. That line that you don't want me to be crooked. Then you say, assuming we're all admitting. So now they say, assuming we're all admitting, you know that they're hanging the cookies jar. Assuming we're all admitting. That's the only line you know. Yeah, man. They got it back at it. You like how we're assuming we're all admitting. Then the other man will come and say, "Do I ain't see the evidence? I see the evidence when I talk." You know that they
always lawyer say that I already know what it means. You get confused.
It means that they hand in the cookie jar, they ready to eat on it. Assuming we all admitting. Get it, take it away. The man I came, I don't even know what I'm saying.
I just wanted to make a quick point.
Say, assuming we all admitting. But let me add on this thing, Glennie. This is what Americans say, right? Americans say, you know, supplementary budget got overshadowed by the Yeka debate. What is America wrong? It was overshadowed by Yeka debate. It's true, leading to the question about whether those were the real concern or if the focus was on removing Yeka for his border remarks. Let's pause here and ask the Liberian people what America is saying here. He wrong? That's not the truth.
I got a question for you.
And this is what say. Now that he is gone,
is America a political commentator or he is a leader in this country? If he's a political commentator or newspaper commentator, that's a different thing.
But America, I don't know why we keep interrupting. Yeah. Because the other us need to be able to say something. America, whatever he was saying was advocacy. He's a senator, but he's still an advocate. He represents a district. He can say advocate. He can hear from his people. He can hear from his people. You are Liberian. You are Liberian.
No,
are you not part of the
advocate to him. He take decision. He's a person.
No, he's not the one. He was not the one that requested a meeting. The president requested for them to come back. So if he has questions, doesn't mean he can ask questions. Those things he was saying, he speak directly to our political advocacy and to civic advocacy when you look at that. So why are you trying to negate the fact that he's an advocate? Does he have people that he represents? And then everything people talking about 2029, but people will eat 2026, early 2029. Yes, let's focus now. And
I have a question. My question is that his constituencies send him there to take action, take decision to solve the issue.
And that could
so
be
is
a
he
part
advocating
of
to
that.
his constituency or a constituency advocating to?
He is a Liberian senator. He's representing people. Therefore, he's an advocate.
Glennie, let's go around, guys. Please. Let's have some control. Let's allow everybody to speak. Let's close up on the wait, Jacob, I beg you. Hold on 1 minute. Let's close up on the Konneh post. It's very important, ladies and gentlemen. Senator Konneh from Barpodo County wrote. He posted this on Facebook, which is very important. He asked so many questions that I think you should be involved in answering. Right? He said question about whether those were the real concern or if the focus was on removing Yeke. Do you think the main reason the president called the lawmakers back was to remove Yeke? 2, or concerning his border remarks. Now, Konneh was very, very generous. He said, now that Yeke is gone, does that resolve the border crisis with Guinea? So all of you that say we should be patriotic, all of you that saying we should be super, Do we have any update from the border? Emmanuel George, or we still on diplomacy? Amara Konneh is raising the issue though.
Yeah, yes.
Amara Konneh issue now. Is he right? Is the border issue resolved now? Do we have any other thing, or we just wait on diplomacy?
Yes, Stanton. You see, I'm kind of taken aback with the level, the argument of the GOL advocates on the show this evening. First of all, there are federal roles that a lawmaker take, and I'm excited and happy that Senator Amara Konneh could raise these issues. It's alleged that our lawmakers, the Speaker of the House, the Deputy Speaker of the House, and other members of the House spent over $200,000 of taxpayer money to go to that border. It was clearly shown they were dancing on the highway, singing the music. The more we are together, the happier we'll be.
Mary, you want to say allegedly?
No, that it was not alleged. There's a video of them dancing.
Why you can't get your friend and change the talk?
There's a video of them dancing.
No, the 200,000.
My member Leo, man.
200,000. I said it is alleged that it spent over $200,000 going to the border. Now, they came back to Monrovia, and the president called a special sitting, which also speak to matters of national urgency. The matter of serious national urgency is what is happening at the Guinea-Liberian border. It was expected that a report should have been given to the legislature from the speaker and his team who did a jolly trip to the border. Unfortunately, they came to show us that it went on a joyride because there is no report of them reporting back to the national legislature and making this a key or core issues. In fact, there is no report stating that even the supplementary budget that the president called them for, that they have passed it and sent it over to the national to the Senate. So they spent 10 days of our taxpayer money close to doing nothing but expelling Yeke. So Senator Konneh is right on that part. And I agree with Glendy. Throughout the world, as a sitting lawmaker, you are to lobby and to advocate for your people. The people of Babulu County, where Senator Konneh represents, are paying monies to these lawmakers that did nothing. Senator Konneh was one of the 30 senators we have not that was sitting waiting for the House of Representatives to pass the budget, this budget to them, which they did not do. So we have spent this amount of money, and as you are saying, Stanton, this is from you now, that if they have added 8 million, it shows the level of greed that is in our politicians. First, they did not solve the problem they were called to solve. Second, the issue of national urgency, they did not meet to that issue, but they were so interested in themselves that they added an extra $8 million to the budget that was sent to them by the president. Nothing was done, but we spent $6 million for nothing. Nothing. Whereas the same issues could have been dealt with absolutely no cost to the national coffers when these people are due to return to work on the 8th of May. When they are due to return to section just in a week and a half time. So I totally agree with the stance.
Thank you very much. I beg you, thank you. So the people will be back in less than 2 weeks. Why President Baka rushed to call them to eat $8 million again?
Because we have a bunch of
what actually happened in the 10 days? That was so important.
When the Liberian people change our legislature every 6 years, by the end of the first 3 years, about 60% of them are poor. This is the reason.
But listen, Dr. Joe, hold on 1 minute. What actually happened? What actually happened in the 10 days? What are the major achievements? That's something that they will go home with today and say, yeah, the president called back for 10 days. This is what we did. The only thing they were talking about, we remove Yeke. Dala? What's the second thing? We added 8 million to the 45 million the president asked for. Dala? What's the third thing? Nothing. Hey man, when you guys cannot be sincere, it's a bloody shame on people's faces right now that you agree that the president called them back, and when America called them, what are the cardinal function of a lawmaker? And you blame America and say, don't be your advocate, don't be your activist. What's the cardinal function of a lawmaker, Jacob? The three cardinal functions. Brother Jacob, I claim me Jacob Lalo and I won't calm down.
You want me to start talking?
What's the cardinal function of the lawmaker, Jacob? Say you say America shouldn't be your advocate.
So you my time reach to talk because I don't want to answer your question. I want to talk about other thing I want to say.
Okay, but answer my question and you talk. What's the three cardinal functions or more than three, whatever it is?
Jacob, when you thought they would come out of
Jacob, answer. We're waiting for you. The person is waiting for you. Now you say America will not be your advocate.
The cliche is very popular: oversight, representation, and what's the third one?
We asking you.
I think oversight, representation,
and lawmaking.
Lawmaking, something else.
Okay, so Jacob, no, Jacob, wait, right? You say oversight, representation, lawmaking. Which one American fall under by posting this thing on social media?
He's a Facebook commentator that a part there is a commentary, running a commentary. Yeah, Mama, let me tell you something. No part of the food in this country will be around for a long time. Stanton. You see, people quit to be carried away, and some of us will not be part of that team. We're serious. This country.
No, Chief, let's go to a break. Let's take the road. Let's take our step. I beg you, Chief. I just wanted you to tell me to answer your own question.
Or you can start from me now. I don't want to finish. I will just shut up.
Yeah, go ahead, Jacob. Yeah. With all due respect.
So,
not admitting by admitting. I don't know.
We have seen, Amara is a friend. If you don't know, Amara is a very close friend. We've been knowing each other for a long time. He visited my home before and all of that. We even have family relationship, I can tell you that. But I'm a different animal. I'm very clear. Even some of my friends that know me, I have a very sharp opinion about my country. We'll keep the friendship one side. But my view on the problem will be very sharp. You let me like a problem. But I tell you one thing, this country, the Liberian people have suffered for too long, and we've had too many cosmetic nonsense in this country for the past 20 years. And the people of this country, we are poor, we are destitute, we have nothing. We need leadership now to be extremely serious, and people should not just focus on getting votes and electorate. That's of no importance to the Liberian people now who get voted for or not. The legislature, and when we put America will send it to the legislature. I don't want to talk about Delon because Delon is a lost cause on many occasions, but we expect people to take the real tough road to fix our country. The senators, the representatives, we need to take the actions on the budget, take the action on policy to bring relief to our people, to bring jobs, to transform our country. But when you see people start doing cosmetic things and grandstanding here and there, becoming advocates, we don't want senators to be advocates. We want senators to be fixers, to solve the real problem. I can be a commentator. I can say that I ain't got no power. I simple me, I got nothing. I can't choose nothing policy-wise. I'm allowed to do commentary. You can do commentary. Everything American said, you already said it on the show. You have plenty of time that the legislature came to just remove Yeke. That the legislature came, they're wasting our time. You said that I've said it, we have said it. It's not new thing Amara said. We don't want Amara to come rebuke chorus and join the chorus to repeat what we've already said on the show here plentifully. We want him to take real radical action in his role as a representative, as a senator, to help change and bring the real change that we need. Not gonna delong calculating when you say, "Oh, I want to reduce my salary," when you know that a friend will not join him to reduce our salary on we know that that's scam. So when I like the food, we need to push our lawmakers, we need to push our leaders hard. That was someone who push Joseph Boga hard. We push all the people, we need to press them. When I learn, we need to press them to fix this country. Liberia is too poor to remain like this. When the president went Raw Island to go to hospital, we heard JFK is always a trash. Nobody spending $50 million. I see Americans saying, gentlemen, JFK is a mess. We need $50 million now to change JFK into a medical city so our people can stop dying in this country. They don't do all that thing. They just can't do anything. I mean, I'm not impressed by that kind of thing. I mean, it sounds controversial, but I'm a view.
Thank you very much, Jacob. Thank you. Konneh,
Stanton, all I'm saying is that the
Well, in the midst
president.
of this, I really want to do this for your beautiful wife from my sister. Today is her birthday. I believe that's your wife, right? That's not your sister, right? Okay.
That's my
Happy birthday to your beautiful wife. And we wish her all the best.
wife
She's
for
a
almost 30 years.
30 years. We want to recognize her, man. Happy birthday.
Birthday.
She's flying. I really don't think that she should be with ugly men like you, but our choice.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll sing the birthday song after. Go ahead,
Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, my brother.
Yes,
Talk
sir.
to him. Talk to him.
You know, all I'm saying is that the president cannot go to war if the legislature don't sanction him. The president declares, the legislature ratifies. So those two individuals, they are the decision maker of who goes to war or when and how. So I'm sure when Senator Amar Konneh was elected, he was there, as Jacob has said, to go and solve problems, not to bring complaint. What he has done is bringing the complaint. If anybody should have changed the agenda of the Senate, it will be a member of that body. I can't come out and go change it. And before any agenda is hoisted as the agenda, there has to be uniform agreement. That's Robert rule. You can't just put an agenda and then somebody said the senator does not have a say in which agenda is hoisted and so on, and because it's neither the speaker nor the pro tem. That is our layman way of looking at this. Before an agenda is accepted in the body of Senate, it is voted upon, and that becomes the agenda of the day. What was his role? Did he agree? If not, Senator Amar Konneh should be telling us what was his input in disallowing the agenda or accepting the agenda, most of it is not focused towards his interest. Without hearing people coming and look, most of us, we have this attitude, this lackadaisical attitude of coming out with just complaint. Even when you're the problem solver, if my doctor start complaining of a tumor that he's supposed to look after, then who am I going to be turning to help me with that situation? Amra is a problem solver. To come out and be acting as though he's it's an odd man out of the system, he's an observer outside looking in. No, he's part of those that are in that.
What I need to understand before bringing Kanye Konneh Gray, what Amar Konneh did today, just giving the only single reason you think he was wrong.
He did not become part of the solution there to tell us exactly what was his input when this was going this way. Rather, he came up to say, so he slick out of my hand. I got nothing to do with the decision that occurred in that house. As a result, I'm bringing this complaint out because no one listens to me. That's what I'm hearing.
Thank you. Let me bring in Councillor Bada. Councillor, let's hear you.
Well, thank you, Stanton. And let me say, I feel Jacob's pain, and in many ways, I identify with, the logic and the reasoning behind a lot of the things he said. Because for too long, we have these people who are just dramatizing and not really acting on what is the substance, and we allow them to drive the agenda. Like I continue to say, even when I spoke before, Amra's a super smart guy. I mean, and I believe that if Amra wanted to take a solid position in order to fix or to change or to risk expulsion on behalf of his beliefs, Amra can do that. But I don't think he's doing that. And I think to make this seem like President Boykai is the one behind expelling Yeke, it's too pedestrian. We're not going to take that. We're not going to believe that. We have a country that was almost on the brink of war. We have armed people from another country that's on our borders. And let me say this, look, I respect Zenon, but I'm disappointed in Zenon when he says that Yege did not have due process, when his colleagues convened him, brought him to a forum, asked him to justify why he says a foreign country has the right and entitlement to our land. And he said Yege did not have due process. Is that what they don't say? Because he wants to win an election in Masorado County? Look, these senators need to wake up. This 2029, Stanton, you are there. I know you're doing what you're doing, but you got to be aware. You can't be used by these people. They should not use you. And I know you're not usable anyway. I think you're usable. But people need to be aware. When it comes to protecting the needs and bounds of our country, nobody should play politics. What is patriotism? Patriotism is simple. Love for one country. I will stand for my country against all others. That's what we used to say when we used to go to cathedral back in the day in the morning. We say, I pledge allegiance. You can't come here and pledge allegiance to our country. And then you say one lawmaker, first branch of government, can sit and say that another country owns our country land. And you say that the basis of that is that why are they expelling him? You know why it's topical? It is topical, and it is overshadowing all the important issues because of the nature of what it is. You can't print money for a country that don't exist. You do not print money for a country that don't exist. Since you say we'll get our land to Guinea, why is printing money? They will print money for Solomba too. If we're giving the land to Solomba, to Guinea, you can't print money for a country that don't exist. Everything we do in the country is for the country. And when you undermine the country, like Yeka did, and people keep thinking this is a joke, like Yeka did, that foolish, reckless statement that Yeka made on public, it went out into Guinea. When he do that, people should not come and defend the honest kind of guy. They don't want votes in Masorado. He's afraid of Yeka, so he says that Yeka ain't get due process. Amra Konneh too, Senator Amra Konneh, who has so respect, comes here and say that it's unpatriotic. What are these guys really thinking? These are senators. They are afraid of.
Let's ask you a single question, Kayo. Let's ask you. You know, Kayo, don't you think Amra Konneh, they're all doing the job that you voted for them for? The people. Now it shouldn't be you. But people, they are doing the oversight, though. They are doing the law.
I don't know what is this oversight.
Representation. Don't you think they are doing that which the people voted for them for?
I don't think they are doing it. Look, for too long. Look, just the evening I had a few Liberians here with me, right? And we're chatting about our country. It hurts us. It hurts every Liberian. What we go through in our country, it hurts us. And you know, the law and Amra can be doing this. They cannot be doing this. It's so pedestrian. It's so obvious. It's propagandistic.
Doing what? Doing what? Gotta bring asset in. They shouldn't be doing.
Yama point CEO. Don't allow them to use you. I appreciate what you do.
No, not me. Forget me. But they shouldn't be doing what?
Look, they must not use you. If Amra, look, I respect, I love Amra.
I answer the question, Babi. They shouldn't be doing what? What you don't want them to do?
They shouldn't be playing fun on the Liberian people.
Like how?
We have serious issues. These guys sit in the Senate. For example, we got Putu Mines. We got all of these concessions. We got Paving 4. I was telling people, I said, look, if you're serious about changing the country, put money in the pockets of Liberians. The government budget, procurement.
Can you address
it? They can't be talking about Solumba and the expect Yeke. Expect Yeke doesn't even deserve to be in parliament.
Okay, so let me leave you alone. We gotta bring it out the door. Wait for Bangura. They think you all is very, very bad. Your internet is just not good, or you're being intentional, but it will kick you out of the studio. because you can't come and go. We got other people in the back that want to come on. But anyway, let me bring in Isaac Do. I say the man can answer my question. He went all over from South Africa to Soweto, Soweto to back to South Africa Central. He went to Ghana, Nigeria, Liberia. And make chicken answer what you don't want them to do. You said they have 3 cardinal functions. They are affecting the colleagues. They are affecting the executive. And you said that Stanton Witherspoon, they deceiving. Hey, man, I say.
Yeah. Kev, did he understand anything that can you say?
We lead a man and they can be using
Brother, the other put on now. Please. Kev, did he understand a thing that can you say? I kept struggling. I won't take notes. I'm trying to understand. I'm not sure what the Bible said.
I did not understand the damn thing he said.
No. Let's be frank. There's the pen, there's the sheet. I'm trying to get something down. What? I don't understand. They shouldn't do that thing. Which thing? We don't know.
That today,
I tried to write which thing can you talking about, but I'm not getting the thing. Which thing? They shouldn't drink water?
They shouldn't do that thing. I asked the
What kind of a thing we find here? Okay, senators, please don't eat rice. Can you say? Because we don't know which thing. But Stanton, let's be serious, man. This is what you get when you have people got nothing to defend. They just want to defend for their name to be like, oh yeah, man, me defend me, yeah, can't. Konneh is supposed to be a lawyer. I'm not sure if he is one, but I always heard around that he's supposed to be one counselor or something. There's a man that the Supreme Court, his bosses, place a stay on legislative proceeding, but he asked if they had due process. He was asking, he just all around the place. There's a man. He's supposed to be a counselor. Somewhere I can see counselor by his name. You know, his name is long. He can put counselor MB.
The man said Chief Justice basically was wrong to put a stay order. Can you say that?
Right. Now he is asking,
Chief Justice,
please. Can you talk for 10 minutes? We just tried, listen, please. We couldn't understand anything. No. Can you give us a chance? Please. Your own US. Explain that nobody get what you are talking. Hold on now, can you? Why I can't have my own time? Can you?
The man in front of the Chief Justice. He looked at the whole Chief Justice of the Supreme Court.
Of course,
they were wrong. He said they were wrong for putting a stay order. He disrespected the Supreme Court. He said the people were wrong. But I said, go ahead.
I would never say that, Stanton.
You are split tire. I said, go ahead. Are you scared?
I would never say that. Who get down for people fly and say, I think it's anything. The Chief.
I said, go ahead. You got the floor, I said.
Okay, Konneh, you finish now, right? Because you just talking wasting our time. So again,
and the Chief Justice knows I would never say that. Go ahead, ask it for you, for me, I care. You man of plus.
So again, we are on the show trying to make our people understand, and somebody is just confusing the people. The people keep wondering what that person talking about. No here, no there. My brother, Konneh is a lawmaker elected to represent his people, to advocate for his people. So Konneh should not advocate, but he should do what? I don't get this. The brother is questioning the legislature on the importance of being recalled by the president. If anyone here was to be hired to go and do a performance evaluation on the 10-day sitting of the legislature, how will you do your work? Wouldn't you be looking at what they should have done versus what they have done? Wouldn't that you will be looking at? The president called them for printing money. Is anything about printing money done? Will you grade them positively for printing money, that performance indicator? The president called them for budget. Where the budget been here? That tonight, the lower house passed it. Senator income from a year. The president called them for urgent matter, meaning the Guinean soldiers at the border. As you speak now, they are still there. Will you grade them positively? If you were a performance evaluator, how will you grade them? The 10-day sitting. It is that which Admiral Konneh is asking about. And we are hearing stories when Japan was in a bush hanging on a rope. Nobody knows where the other story coming from. Why are people wasting our time when we take our hours to sit on this platform? Stanton, Admiral Konneh post was so right that it requires deep reflection to ask yourself, 6 million being spent on recall to achieve what? To expel your care?
So as
the legislature, let me just end. The legislature will soon return. Why recall them urgently if only it was to expect? Instead of, you have not played that video clip yet. I want you to kind of play it. It's one of the leading ministers in Sierra Leone on tape saying when they went to Guinea, what they all agreed on in Guinea. Now we have to ask our government for transparency to tell us what happened in Guinea.
We were playing.
Please, let's get there.
We were playing just with small. Let allow others to close here. Dr. Richardson, we're seeing you by. I hope you call your class quickly to come. You join the show. You get it put at home where I go sit in the office. I hope you one of the librarian teacher then. But anyway, Dr. Richardson, let me you know we'll go to CAF. It's very, very concerning. Now you see I can't run away because I said that he told Chief Justice Bese that he wouldn't have done what he did if he were there, right? He ran away. That's still order. He disagreed with Chief Justice Bese and Kaba for the stay order, and he defended the lawmaker for not respecting the Chief Justice and the entire Supreme Court.
That's not what I said.
And no, if you defend the fact that the lawmakers were right not to honor the stay order, then mean that you are saying that you disagree with Chief Justice Bese and the rest of them. You cannot have it both ways, and I think we should call you out for that. But we get there. You did, and that's why you are not practicing before the Supreme Court.
I respond to that?
No, you were. Is Dr. Richardson trying to talk?
That's a great.
No, I know that's a grave allegation, but let a woman talk. Then you
you're very right. I'm not usually here on Thursdays, but this is
I did not see that.
Dr. The students. This is the last week of class for them, and so I tend to see my students individually, and so that's what I did. But as far as the topic that is at hand, I apologize I wasn't here in the beginning, but I did hear Abusive speak about something that I'm very interested in, which is what's happening at the border. Okay, when you show that the communication from the president that had other important matters that he was calling the legislature, yes, other matters of national urgency, I was hoping that it was going to be an issue relating to the border discussion that was going to happen, because that is on my mind. That is an important national urgency issue. But apparently that was not discussed. And I saw that you put something up also about Admiral Konneh. I didn't get a chance to really read it, so I won't comment on it, but I like what Mr. Abusive said. You really want me to digest everything right now, right? You tired fussing with me because you know how I woke up feeling this morning. And I may fuss plenty of times today. You know, I like to side with the fact that Admiral Konneh is working in multiple capacities as a senator, and I think I understood from what many others were saying. It's about time that many of them start to act. You know, they start to do what they're there for. You know, although we know that they're there for lawmaking, they're there for, advocacy. The 3 cardinal functions that they're there for, and they're doing it well. But we just want them to they get paid a lot. We just want them to do more, and that's what I have to say, because I really have to digest this information.
Thank you, Dr. Richardson. Let me bring in Kafiko. This thing about, somebody just said, Mr. Stanton, you got to make sure that, okay, They said we gotta make sure that Konneh is very clear on what he's saying, because look, that folks from the Supreme Court, they are mad at Konneh. You cannot be for and against. You cannot say the lawmakers now were right to disobey the order from the state order from the Supreme Court. Then you're saying that you didn't say that. So we will give Konneh the chance to correct himself here and tell which position he's on, because this is complete disrepute, like he said, to the Supreme Court. And I hope we can give him that chance. The Supreme Court put out a state order, and Konneh Bala kept Hassan defending Richard Kuhn and the other guy, how you call him, James Konneh, for disrespecting the Supreme Court. So I hope Konneh can come back and let's hear him.
Lenny, how you doing? I didn't get to say hello to you. Yes.
Hi, Don. How are you?
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Yeah. I think we got two Liberian women with their hair tied in here. They are religious people. Kev, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, Stanton, let me see.
You're in America, you're getting hair tied. You're making Donald Trump's man.
What you gonna say you? What you gonna say you?
Okay, let me say hi to everybody. Stanton, I think you hear Konneh use the word over and over to you. They're using you. But the reason he said that, because I don't think you come on strong to him to tell him that, or to Liberian people, tell them that you know that Joseph Boakai sanctioned the removal of Yeke. You know that, Stanton. You know that. I know you know that. And you're not saying it to them. So tells me that Konneh don't even know nothing. Or he just trying to look for something. You see, in the case of the Supreme Court, Stanton, I don't know why you're surprised. They may never practice in front of the Supreme Court. Never. No case. No case. You know that. So why are you wasting your time? Never. There's no case Konneh can call here.
The man appeared before the Supreme Court. He presented a document to the justice.
Stanton, maybe the man was as a paralegal. Maybe he did something as a paralegal. But there is no case that he argued in front of the Supreme Court. No case. We had the other lawyer here. Footage are all out there.
How did he appear in front of the Supreme Court? He gave them the brown envelope and left?
The man went there as a paralegal. But man, you know, we work in the law firm, they say it before. You kind of know I know what he's talking about. I place court to anybody if kind of ever argue in front of the Supreme Court. But let me say this. Will folks say Amara should not talk, or Amara should there remain in his chambers? Where are those folks when I stand to be corrected? When Darius Dillon was senator in the past government and protested and were on the streets as a lawmaker. Why you didn't tell him? Why couldn't agree tell him that time? Darius Dillon, go back in your chambers, leave the streets. But today, he got the audacity to talk to Amara Konneh. You know, sometimes I sit and wonder, what kind of country we have in here? Yeah, okay, yeah, I know you want your LDA job, fine, you deserve it because you were qualified. Don't be deceptive. Because yesterday you were praising Darius Dillon. He was on the streets as a senator. You send him his chambers. You send him go to session. But today you send him Amara. Hey, man. But you know what, Senator? This is how Joseph Boakai designed Liberia. Design Liberia now. That Konneh can look at you, Senator, that you know. You, Senator, whatever, you know that the paper sanctioned the removal. You know Konneh is using you.
I don't take Konneh questions or comments.
Senator, I have a right to rebut because you called
no, there's not a rebuttal show.
No, that's the rule. My friend,
you people use that no place.
It's my turn. Can I agree? Can I agree?
Unless you can't call somebody's name. He called my name.
Today is your beautiful wet birthday. We'll give you a chance to speak. Let's bring in Tama.
Can I agree with that?
That's how wait to give me the chance later on. I'll wait.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, agree. Thanks for exercising some patience. But this is my second part of this topic. When I said earlier, I said some of the issues, all of the issues, in fact, that Senator Konneh raised are legitimate. But here's my second part of this argument. You know, with great power come great responsibility. And I know Jacob Jara, you and I, we align a bit tonight on some of this topic, but there's one aspect I'm going to disagree with you on a bit. I still believe that the legislature has a critical role to play in our system of governance. And this is where I think we need a solution-based legislature. You know, when I read our statement, I saw that it was a political statement. But where are the solutions? These people have so much power. These people can remove and expel colleagues if they bring the body to public disrepute. These people set taxation laws, budget laws for our country, and over $50 million is going to their pockets every year. These people have the power to summon an executive from the executive branch of government, a minister, deputy, whoever you are, to come in front of them to give reason why they shouldn't be held in contempt. These people have the power to investigate or launch investigation when things are not going right in this country. Where is that solution? Where is that power? How is it being utilized? They have all of this power, and my experience, liberal politics, is that people want the power, but no one wants to be accountable. Everybody wants to deflect the responsibility to the executive, to the presidency, when their role as legislature is to hold the executive feet to the fire to ensure that check and balance. So I am sick and tired of the fake moral outrage. Instead of engaging and coming together, especially in the face of external adversity, incursion in our country, then we are there trying to share blame. Look, we have a great expectation on Senator Konneh and the rest of the legislature. If they can't do this work, then they should step aside. But the Liberian people called them and elected them, gave them 6 years and 9 years to play a role.
Yeah, and I like your last line. If they can't do the work, they should step aside. That's what you say of the lawmaker, right?
Absolutely.
If President Barker can solve this border issue, should he step aside?
Look, here's my position on the border issue.
No, yes or no? Not your position. I agree with you. When the lawmaker, hold on, don't laugh. You know, you guys been very unfair, right?
You asked me a question. Can I answer?
Good question.
Let me repeat myself.
That's right today.
I'm talking about the border issue here, which is very, very important for all Liberians. We don't want war in the country. No way.
Nobody wants war.
If they cannot do it, if Konneh, if they cannot find a solution from the legislature, you want them to step aside. If President Barker failed to find a solution and again stay at that border till 2029, should he just step aside? He shouldn't ask to run again?
I'm not going to give you a yes or no answer. Can
No,
I speak?
Let's move on, man. Let's move on.
Go to the next person, man.
We have to agree to disagree.
Liberia, you bring it, Kissy, Benedict, and Gintama.
Still not started, man. Still not started.
We talk about Liberia, Benedict, Kissy, Benedict, Gintama. Remember that Kissy thing talking about?
Wait, guys, let me do my closing on this. Check out. People are not sincere. These guys are leaders of the Republic of Liberia.
Yeah, I will not respond.
You'll respond, Chief. We'll come to you. Hold on 1 minute. These guys ain't got to understand this. President Barker is not the only leader. He's the top of the leadership. But every county have their leaders. Konneh is speaking today and you guys beating on him. But you're giving pass to the executive. Today, right now, We still got Guineans at the border. You blame American when he called attention to it. Oh, he's supposed to do something. He's not supposed to call attention. He's supposed to question. But I see all of you guys running away from President Boyka. He spoke only once. The question remains, do we stay high? At this stay at the border right now? Right now. Do we stay high the Guineans in Liberia, the Mediterranean? Right now. What are some of the interventions that was done since the president spoke lastly? He went to AU. He went to MRU. He went to ECOWAS. He went to EU. He went to United Nations. He went all over. The Liberian people still waiting. Watch our last video. They are running after our reporters, say don't report no more, or we arrest you and put you in jail. We'll come on the show and pretend that this is some kind of video game. This is real, folks. If you will beat on Konneh, if you're going to beat on Darius DeLong, beat on President Boyka. He is the CIC Commander-in-Chief. Oh, the president will talk diplomacy, but you want Konneh to do what? How long will we talk about diplomacy? They put stay in our border, they eat our food, they eat our cow, they eat our chicken, they shitting on our land. How long will we talk diplomacy? Diplomacy is good. Guys, let's be serious, man. The Liberian people deserve better. So if you put your more Konneh about border, you put your more DeLong about border, then you put your more on President Boyka, then you give her another national address. Bam, 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 bam. Then you give her another national address. You don't even know the status of the border. And you're blaming Konneh because you say, what's the main reason the president called us back? What's the main reason? To remove Yeket, number one. It's done. Today, the lawmaker added $8 million. They say the fund from World Bank. Emmanuel Joe, the funds on $8 million hanging around. They added it there for their own chopping. They say the Jeff funded. The Jeff realized when the president asked for the $5 million, they just now they found $8 million. They added it there. They said that World Bank. What kind of scam is this? What kind of Konneh? That today the Jeff realized President Boyka didn't know we had extra $8 million saying now. Only the lawmaker knew that we had $8 million saying that somewhere they funded. And where are $8 million going? Where is it going? I mean, we are not suckers. But let me play DeLong quickly. And then we'll go back to Kanyo and to our brother Gray. Let me play DeLong quickly. This is what makes DeLong mad. And let me say this. It's getting serious, folks. You said DeLong playing show? That's not show. Let me DeLong on something else. The people pass the thing quickly. The senator ain't get nothing in their hand. Quickly. They pass it. The senator ain't get nothing in their hand. Take a look. Take a look. Sapé. Quoi Sapé passage? They went in the corner, they came out and said they found $8 million there in somewhere. The fund is not in the country. They call the deputy minister. The deputy minister said, we get money. Oh. If you want to pay, you put money on it. They went to put $8 million on it for somewhere. Only God will know. They don't saw it. They don't say, che, yin swa. No, he said, Glepo, the basso man. He said, Glepo. They don't say, I'm out of here. He got frustrated. You know, sometimes when the guys don't doing the thing, we get mad. He walked out of session due to what he termed as procedural error surrounding the passage of the supplementary budget. It's a big error. Everything under the government of 5G. Everything you chop at chop, go back chop. Then you're sitting out here, you're blaming two senators, they're not trying. When they guards their earth, we beat them. But when they are fighting for the just cause, let's celebrate and encourage them to fight even harder. It's a disgrace for our country today. So what's the reason the president called them back? Remove Yeke, give me 45 million and ask for. They asked the president why about the border. He said, don't worry about it. We're on diplomacy. The Liberian people know that diplomacy. Let's move on, guys. Let's move on. We'll be talking about the yellow machine after this, right? It's bad for our country. It's really bad. But Kyle, you wanted to respond to somebody, my brother.
Not somebody. Thank you, CEO, for the opportunity. It's not a response to anyone in particular. It's more a clarification based on something you said. You said, and I'll repeat for clarity, that I'm disagreeing with the Supreme Court and disrespecting the Supreme Court because I'm encouraging the legislature to disrespect the Supreme Court. I'd like to make it very clear that is categorically untrue. My position has been very clear. The legislature took a principled decision, in my view, substantively speaking, to expel Yeke. Yeke is rude, craft. In my opinion, he has disrespected his position as the lawmaker. He has called our country into danger. He has behaved treasonously, though I don't have the right to try him. And I believe the legislature, under Speaker Konneh, was justified to expel him. That's my personal opinion. Now, the court served a precept on the legislature. According to the information I have, service or process, let me just provide this little explanation for people who don't understand the law. Service or process means the Supreme Court issue a particular service, it must be served on the appropriate officer. According to what I know, the legislature, the appropriate officer did not receive that service or process prior to the expulsion of Yeke. And I'm saying contingent on that understanding, that the legislature acted in line with law.
Thank you.
Law, accredited the Supreme Court, will never, ever.
Was so the Supreme Court was right? Can I ask you a question because we gotta go?
I just made it clear, but I want to.
Was the Supreme Court right to serve the House of Representatives the state order?
Of course, the Supreme Court has the right to entertain grievances consistent with its mandate.
Okay.
And it will issue precepts.
Do you believe the Supreme Court served it accordingly, though they gave it to someone from the same office, and the House of Representatives said they didn't see it? The manner in which it was served, do you think they served it correctly, accordingly?
We need to be careful how we use words. What is accordingly?
I'm asking you.
The officer, the peace officer that went to serve it had a duty to serve it on the appropriate person.
Okay.
Whether they did that or not, I don't know.
Thank you.
So we need to make that clear. So the Supreme Court had the error. And I
gotta bring our reporter who is standing by right now, Kanye, from the Senate, Nelson Konneh. Let's listen to him, Nelson. Kanye, thank you very much, and then we can push you on the other side. But let's just listen to Nelson.
So I'm not saying all the two things before we go.
No, Nelson, I beg you, Chief. We gotta listen to Nelson because he'll soon be leaving. You know he's at the Senate. Nelson, bring us up to speed. They don't walk out. Have they passed it? A lot of argument today, and you guys for life. Talk to us, Nelson.
Yeah. Good evening to you, CEO, and good evening to the entire team. Obviously, the supplementary budget was passed. It was passed just a couple of minutes ago in the tune of $50.3 million according to the pro tem, the concentration of the
53, not
supplementary budget.
50.3, right? Let me hold you there.
53. Yeah.
Yes, 53.
Yeah, I meant 53. Yeah. Can you hear me? Am I clear?
Yes, you are. You are. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, sure. And so, yes, at some point, we saw a very heated debate here. Senator Abraham Darius Dillon, yes, he walked out, and reason for his action was when the communication with that particular item, agenda item, was reached, and there was different conversations around that, and at a point, the pro tem gave an instruction for the communication from the House to be read, and Senator Dillon's position was that he needed to see the actual budget from the House of Representatives accompanying that communication. Instead of a communication being read, he needed to see the budget that accompanied the that communication before any further action. And since he didn't get to see that, he then decided to walk out of session. He said he wanted to be on the record that he didn't vote, he didn't participate in the process because he thought that there were some procedural errors associated with that. He was also heard telling the pro tem that based on the procedural errors associated with her action, it might haunt her legacy. And that was the basis on which Senator Dillon walked out of the last day sitting here at the house at the level of the Liberian Senate.
Nelson, did they vote? Were there any vote taken?
CEO, I can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Okay.
Nelson,
sorry,
can you hear
maybe
me?
I have to okay.
Can you hear me? So one of you speak, one of you can hear you.
Nelson, Nelson, can you hear me?
Okay,
Can
yeah,
you
I
hear
can hear
me?
you. I can hear you, Konneh. I can hear you, but I'm not hearing.
Okay, so let me try again. Nelson, can you hear me?
Okay, let me go out and come back. I can't.
Yeah, please do. Okay, it's very important that we hear from Nelson. Let you try to reconnect. But what? Let me come to you, right, Dr. George. It's very, very important, though. Nelson, go all the way out and come back. Thanks. I think Dillon has some very serious argument here. You can't throw this down our throat. You bring it, you want us to vote on it, and we have not seen anything. These are some of the things people on this show want to defend, Dr. George?
The renowned African international relation expert, Professor Amadou Sese, wrote a book about Liberia. He said, 1 foot forward, 3 feet, 3 feet behind. Whenever you want to have hope for this country, Konneh and his people, they dash your hope. Konneh, you and your course, you people have passed a $53 billion budget with all really anything. What? What kind of country we get at this? We have passed a budget without reading
Let me bring Nelson back. I know we'll get into it. Let me bring Nelson back. Nelson, can you hear me?
Dr. George,
yes,
you
sir,
okay?
I can
All right, thank you guys. You know Nelson having technical problem. We shouldn't interrupt. Nelson, go ahead. Go ahead, talk to us, Nelson.
Yeah, so I was at a point where I mentioned Senator Dillon walking out. So while he was taking the action, the pro tem insisted that there was a joint committee working on the budget. And even in a case where there wasn't a budget accompanying the communication, there was a joint committee, folks from the Liberian Senate and now the House, that worked on the budget. And so after Senator Dillon walked out, then we saw Senator Prince Moy going through what the both committees worked on the draft supplementary budget. He read through it, outlining the different sectors and what they got with the security sector carrying the highest amount, and following the reading of the supplementary budget, the committee report, since in fact he's the chairperson of Ways, Means, Finance here at the level of the Liberian Senate. Following that action, then we saw senators took vote for the passage of the supplementary budget. It is also important to note that there was a very major debate before the passage of the budget, and several senators were concerned as well with respect to the different appropriations that were being made here to the different sector. Senator Amara Konneh, for example, was concerned about the security sector. Can you hear me, Steve?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah. So Senator Amara Konneh, for example, was very concerned about the security sector. He raised concern about the Liberian Guinea border situation. He, in passing, stated that it was one of the major reasons why the president met with them here at the Liberian Senate, and that he was very satisfied that the security sector has received a major boost in the.
All right, so you see now Nelson leaving from the Senate floor and through the building, he having connection problem. We hope Nelson can reconnect, but let's give it back to Emmanuel Josh. This is very important. They passed the thing as fast as they could. A lot of questions remain. Senators are not happy. And again, a recklessness in leadership.
Yeah, because the last time when we questioned the 45 million, the Ministry of Finance were quick to share that it got 40 million of World Bank funds that was allocated last year that they just received and added to the budget. Excuse me, and then 5 million of extra is from the surplus. But now we have an extra 8 million. No conversation around that $8 million. No a report on it being added, and a heap up budget for 53 million. National budgets and issues are very important issues because it affects the Liberian people. One who I expected that this who have been the critical issues that you have been discussing since they came in.
I beg you, Emmanuel, let's see if we can connect with our reporter from Capitol Building. Nelson, can you hear us? Nelson, can you hear us? Nelson, you are muted. Okay, Brother Josh, go ahead.
Nelson, you're muted. Oh, it's gone.
So we find a situation now where a budget is passed with 5G, where a senator is protesting that they have not had enough time to look at the budget that they were passing, but yet them still the senators decided to pass a 5G budget today. This is not good for Liberia. It is not good for our country. What is not done well is not done at all, and that's what we witnessed today. And this is not the first time. This seems to be a repeat. They were there for 10 days doing nothing, and then all of a sudden, on the final day, they want to pass a budget that they have not shared to their colleagues to read and understand what they were passing. So hopefully, those of them who pass it, when we ask them questions tomorrow, they will know what they passed. Maybe they will read something tonight. So this is another proof what Representative Taiwan may said. What the president wants, the president gets, because we don't have a serious legislature working now. And even one of the president ardent supporters. So it's no longer for us opposition now, as Konneh will come in defense of his colleagues that pass. Because as a learned lawyer, I show every document that passes his face, he will read every command, full stop. But Konneh is backing these people who will not read the documents that are sent to them. They will vote for it in the middle of the night, and we have a budget. So this is the country we have. This is the country we have right now. But 2029 is coming, and by the grace of the Almighty, we will see serious change in the country. I know the senators know that Liberian people, every election cycle, going to change 90% of them. So thank you for proving to us again that you have difficulty in leading our country. You won't spend time reading those documents. And I don't blame the Senate at a level, because the House of Representatives, who should have initiated this thing, spent the entire time looking after running after Honorable Yeke Koluba, instead of looking at what should have been important to the country and to the nation state. So this is a situation. I can see my brother Konneh is joining me. He's sad.
Emmanuel, I beg you. Emmanuel, let me hold you there. Let me bring in Senator Prince Moyi. Senator Prince Moyi is the chair and one of the committee. Senator, welcome to the show. Thank you for joining Spoon. It's good that you take our call, sir.
Thank you, Stanton, and thanks to all of you, for the show. I'm here, just left session. What's the issue?
Yeah, we're concerned. They don't work out. When you guys came about passing this $53 million budget, we got a couple of questions. The president asked for 45. The Minister of Finance, told us where the 45 came from. The House of Representatives added $8 million, and you guys now approve and you're past it. Well, what was the problem? I mean, the delay and everything else. Can you just update us?
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. As you rightly put it, the budget, the first proposal that came to the legislature was in a tune of 45 million, 40 million on account of the World Bank support, annual support to the budget, and then 5 million on account of domestic revenue over performance. So it was 45 million for us. While we were in a discussion to scrutinize the budget, the fiscal authority of our country, represented by the Minister of Finance, made some efforts at the spring meeting in Washington, D.C. And through that effort to present the plight of Liberia in the midst of the global economic crisis, 8 million was committed to this 2026 budget, because annually there's 40 million on account of the World Bank support, but then given the case they made, 8 million additional was committed. So that 8 million needed to come for appropriation. So we made it 53 million that was available. But Stanton, the issue is we have always...
Senator, I don't know if we're hearing you right. People are asking, you say committed from World Bank or from where? The 8 million?
Yeah, from World Bank. Yeah, the World Bank committed additional 8 million.
Okay.
In addition to the 40 million that was in the 2026 budget as we pass it. There's a yearly commitment by the World Bank of 40 million to support our budget. So because the last year, fiscal year money did not come on time, that 40 million came when we have already exhausted the budgetary period, when March had ended. So we have to bring it forward. So that's why it was brought forward in 40 million as a World Bank support for last budget year, and then 5 million for overperformance of the domestic revenue. So it was 45. But like I said, when the discussion was going on, additional commitment was made by the World Bank to support Liberia with $8 million, taking the revenue envelope to 53 million. So it was that 53 million that we decided to appropriate. And we did it jointly with the House of Representatives. So it was not a separate discussion. And the report that the House made was the same report we had. So as a matter of principle, the Constitution states that all revenue bill emanates from the House. So because of that, we're waiting since this morning. We're waiting to allow the House to proceed with a joint report that all of us had. So when the House proceeded, then we now have to proceed. So the report we had was the same report that the House of Representatives had, with all of the different lines that we identified to benefit on the expenditure side. Okay. So there was nothing like no report or no detailed report.
So the issue is that they don't say he didn't receive it. Did you guys share with every lawmaker? I mean, from the Senate now.
We had the privilege in our consultative meeting. They don't sat near me. We went through the line one by one, and you can ask any other senator what I'm saying. We went through the line one by one in our consultative meeting before we came in the chamber. Ask any other senator as I dropped the line. So not that he did not know that we had a report. We had it.
Senator Prince Mboye. So again, I will wait. I know you guys will give us the $8 million breakdown as per the expenditure. Where is it going? And again, so you guys will be back. Finally, though, this is not about the budget and what we heard, right? You guys actually awarded the confirmation to the local government. Am I correct?
Yes, we did that today. All of those that were nominated got confirmed today.
Can you give us up to date with Mike Jabate and the 3 others that stay out there crying? Say you guys didn't give them chance.
Mike Jabate, by the current structure, his position was not in the act. That's the first place. And then the Fatima was not in country when the confirmation was scheduled. So she hasn't come for confirmation hearing yet. Oh. So she will not be confirmed.
Okay, Fatima will not be confirmed, but is there any way you guys will incorporate Mike Jabate when you return fully in 2 weeks?
No, the law does not call for that particular position. So it's going to be difficult except we amend the law.
Oh, wow. Great Senator of Bon County, thank you very much, Senator Prince Mboye. I'll talk to you on the other side. Thanks for your clarity.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So, but again, though, hey God, Liberia, my people. The man say, yeah, they don't send out the look at the paper. Can you? Anyway, I'm beyond can you already. Emmanuel Josh.
I don't say that. I will not say nothing.
I said nothing because I want to give you a flower here now, right now.
Well, sometimes, every time you go to Emmanuel George, you have not spoken. You can't be the only man speaking on the show. Let's chime in. That's what we're all here for, man. We can't be spectator watching Emmanuel George alone.
Konneh Gray, Emmanuel George was speaking.
You say you were coming to me, and then Colette came in.
Konneh Gray, wait. Konneh Gray, wait. Emmanuel George was speaking when I interrupted him, and I brought Prince Mboye on. I brought Konneh Gray, stop crying now. We come to you, my friend, please. I beg you, Chief. Everybody wants to talk about it. If I interrupt the man, I gotta let the man to finish. I will come to you next. You will be next in line. Well, you had a wonderful story.
Central are willing to be last. Let the Konneh go.
Thank you very much for being very professional. Thank you, Dr. George. Konneh Gray, it's all yours now.
Well, no, Senator, every time you go to Emmanuel Joyce, like
you want to.
Let me say this. Now, out of our own lack of knowledge, I don't want to call it ignorance, we'll make some statement that have come now to haunt us because the senator spoke. So I will even urge those who are saying that they were not part of whether they did not take their sitting fee on this issue. This is how government struggle with supplemental budget. Clearly, some of these people will be acting like the good men. To say the least, my brother, all of these people, they're in a chamber where they understand what is going on, but to look good outside, they come and pretend. One senator one time said, "Oh, I turned my money back. I didn't use it." Till the day we're looking for that money, where he returned that money. Their sitting fee. They have taken their sitting fee. They go there to participate, and then when you call them, they say, "No, I left. I didn't take sitting fee." Yeah, the senator came and clarified certain situation. And that's how Liberians send it. That's the politics of our country. You understand? And let me say this, Stanton. In as much as George Weah, by extension, kept getting its late $20,000 every month, looking for government job, Konneh Gray has the right to look for any job in the Republic of Liberia, as long as people who are here, as long as people who are here advocating for their party to come to power, by extension, they're getting free money. Let them show me the law that prohibits any other Liberian from looking for a job. And Stanton, let me say this again. President Boyka, you beat me on here when the war at our border, or when this crisis at our border started. I was calling more for a military presence. You beat on me. You went to work. Now the president is still exhausting those avenues to make sure that we don't have to commit ourselves to go to war. Somebody want the president to be John Rambo, put a rifle on his chest, go across the border, fight every troop that appears there, as though we don't have sense that the president controls the public policy, including war, the declaration of war. So as a result, he alone cannot do it. There has to be a collective effort. Why people are asking him the question, has the war in the border, I mean on our border solved? No, it hasn't solved because you senators, you legislature, you have not come together to proffer a solution, put it on the desk of the president, mandate him, if you will. You have the right as the first branch of government, and tell him this is our solution, let's go to war. All of them kicking the can down the road to the president as though this one man should be John Rambo that will put a rifle on his back and go fight the war. If he gives the order, do we have the wherewithal to go fight that war?
Well, Colonel Gray, let me hold you there real quick, Colonel Gray. Now you listen, I'm not going to get between you and Kev Hassan. I got to bring Dr. Richard C. and Glennie on yet. Now you got Senator Prince Boy, and I'll push him, right? You always send out a tire driving and say, my man, you got to call, or else I will call your name on the show. So, and he agreed. But he said something that's so important, Colonel Gray. One, he said Delon was saying that by him. And I don't want us to jubilate because we got to reach out to Delon too and ask Delon whether he's accurate. And that would be the fair thing to do. So Delon walking out, knowing very well, like Prince Boy said, he had received the information, then we got to hear from Delon because this is Delon walking out. What do you think, Colonel Gray, quickly, before I bring our sisters in, what do you think happening now? Something I hear you telling you that didn't get played, everybody, but there was a reason why he walked out?
Stanton, that's window dressing. You understand? People will put grandstand, they show off. But in the essence of things, it's a society push where they know $53 million coming. They know exactly what's in there for everybody. And that's the kind of culture we have. But some people will play the odd man out as though they're not part of it. So my question is...
I mean, you guys agree, right? Let's call Delon. Because we can't have this one-sided Dr. Richards. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
I agree with you.
Yeah, let's call Delon. Let's see if Delon will answer. Because that
Delon, why you calling the Delon? Can the other side come into? I know the brother there been talking the whole day.
I beg you, Chief. Sorry. I said, Senator Delon, I'm sorry to just call you properly, Chief. The conversation here is that you walk out, we play your video. We just spoke to Prince Boyi, Senator from Bon County. What was the reason of you walking out? Can you help us understand, Senator?
Thank you. Senator Moy was right. We discussed the budget from the Senate side. He was right. I sat by him in the consolidated meeting. We reviewed the budget. And we don't pass budget unless the House passes it and transmit the House's budget to the Senate for our concurrence or our input if there will be any. The House wrote the Senate this evening, informing the Senate officially that it has passed the budget and was seeking our concurrence. The House did not submit the budget that it passed, only the communication. And my argument was, where is the House's budget that they passed that we're going to concur with? I did not walk out because I did not know about budget. That the House will pass the budget, send it to us with a covering letter. Only the letter we received. And I asked, where is the House budget that is transmitted to us? I want to see it. So we can concur or we can make additional input where necessary. I don't know why the House passed. I want to know that the House passed budget. They send us official communication.
Yep.
Where is the House's budget?
Wow. Did anybody answer that question, Senator, why you went out?
Well, your reporter was there. Maybe they came after I left. But I was not going to concur with a budget that I did not see. Normally, when the communication is read, the budget is attached, and the budget is read as passed by the House, so that we know exactly what the House passed, and then we can concur with it, or we can make additional input where applicable.
Wow.
Now, you will recall, I think about a year ago, similar thing happened, and there was noise in the town that there was shifting in the budget, and that the Secretary of the Senate
Yes.
had to go to the House for the budget that the House passed because they wouldn't send a letter. I'm not going to say any institutions' image be soiled on error. On error. Sometimes these things are not done with any ulterior motive, but we need to make sure that everything is done properly. So Senator Moy was right. When we discussed from our side in the Senate, yes, we did the figures. We increased the AFL budget. We increased budget for the police. And those for some of us, those were our concern on this $45 million budget that later turned out to be 53 because the World Bank added an additional $8 million. We know that for a fact. But if I have to concur with something, I have to be clear with what I'm concurring with.
Senator Dillon, thank you very much for your input. We do appreciate you. Thanks.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you.
Dr. Richard saying after this round, we'll go and ask the Liberian people, man, the position of Senator Dillon here, what say you? It's not denying, right, that they did something. But you know, a letter was sent to them, and Dillon's argument is that I want to see the budget. What say you, Dr. Richard?
Dillon is 100%, if I can say 1,000% right. You don't just pass something that you didn't see. He said here, only the communication was sent to them. He doesn't know what he's passing. And passing a budget should be a serious job because you're talking about allotting money to different avenues in a country. So, I mean, I support what he just said, honestly. I can't believe that they passed the budget in 5G, like because they didn't want to take the time to sit down to discuss it. I just cannot believe that they got paid to be able to find the time to discuss this budget. And again, I he's 100% right. I would not sign something in this late age, that I didn't read or see or understand it clearly. And I wonder if I wanted to ask Senator Moy, he said that the World Bank gave them an additional money, millions of dollars, because of the domestic revenue over performance. And I just wanted to, I don't know if everybody heard that. I wanted to know that in his view, does he think that the domestic revenue overperformed and how? That's what I wanted to know.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dr. Richardson. Let me ask you though, something I added up, but I can sense that somebody is telling the truth here.
So I want to,
what I saw wasn't, it didn't give me I'm not happy to approve a budget except I see the budget, not just the letter. Because he's speaking of experience. Last year we were beating up them back and forth, but they were forced to pass that thing quick with Bob Strasse, Glennie.
Exactly, and these are some of the things that live on years to come. You just went through this era where we were talking here about who changed the figure, how it got to 20 million, how it got to this. We just did that. And to come back and see that this thing is being repeated as a matter of procedure, that's how I listen. You have to be able to watch Senator Moy. And no disrespect to him, he's a fast talker. You have to watch it. You have to watch the history of he and Darius Dillon. And that's why I knew when he came and talked that Dillon would come out and explain what this exact story was. Yes, he's saying, I saw it. But if our procedure is that we must see it in paper, we must. So whatever they pass 53 million. What if whatever they allocated for the police tomorrow is not what they told them in our paperwork? And they've already gone and accepted it. I think that was in error. I think that was wrong to do that. I'm sure there will be other senators talking and saying, but what is even more concerning is that only one person, only Dillon, did not vote. Everybody looked at the fact that they did not follow the right procedure and everybody else voted. What does that say about our leaders 2 years later? What does that say about them? I mean, I think this is something that like I say, history is going to repeat itself from what happened, because anything can happen with what they have accepted right now, which is kind of sad.
You were saying something before we bring in Isaac and Jacob? No? Okay, Isaac. Isaac, why you heard? Go ahead, Dr. Richardson. You want to say something?
I wanted to add, Glennie asked a great question, why it just took one senator for us to see this person reacting to not having the opportunity to read the budget in its entirety before passing it. What happened to the rest of the other senators that were there? And again, if you are influenced by stomach infrastructure, Vendetta Patrick, your other CEO, the one who always used that word here, if you are influenced by other things in our country and people can come here, oh, this person wants job and that person wants job. For most of us who are talking, we are not doing so because of that. But if you are influenced because of stomach infrastructure, because of job, or because of whatever else you want, then I think it makes reasonable sense for you to sit down and just pass something that you never read. Who in their right mind in today's world will just see anything and just sign on it and just pass into this word?
I got to bring another senator. Everybody got to wait. I say I beg you, be patient 1 minute. I said, let me bring in Senator Snow. Senator, welcome to the show, sir. How you doing? Super. Again, what are you hearing? Are you in country? Were you at the Capitol building today?
I just got home. I just left session. I'm just waiting for the budget.
So what actually happened? Now we spoke to Prince Moise, Senator Boncante, Darius DeLong, Senator Moserado County. Let's talk to you. What was the story here? What actually happened?
So I think before going to what happened, it's important to lay the premise. So the budget, the passage or the deliberation of the budget was done through a joint process. Where both the House of Representatives and the Senate worked together. And I believe because of the 10 days limited period, we had the joint hearing and joint deliberation, of course, at the committee level. So on a daily basis, Senator Moe and his committee briefed the Senate every step of the way where we were. Everything that was placed in the budget, every adjustment in the budget, the matter of fact, the issue to increase the military from 600,000 to 3.5 million was proposed by the pro tem, Madam Lawrence. The increase for the police came from her. So the whole security sector was a strong argument from the Senate. Even late this afternoon, in a meeting where Senator DeLong attended, Senator Moe also briefed the Senate, and the pro tem was very clear because we wanted additional $1.5 million to pay for our chiefs. And then when Senator Moe came, there was $1 million and not 1.5. So the pro tem then instructed that the money for the yellow machine, because the yellow machine budget, when it came to us, the proposal was $4 million to move the machine, have it deployed to different counties. When the committee came back to brief us, they have increased that amount by another $1 million. So the pro tem said, no, you will take $500,000 from that money and put it towards the internal local government ministry to make sure all our chiefs are paid on the payroll, because we have done the same thing with the healthcare workers, with the education workers and all of that. So the chiefs were very important with that adjustment was made. So we briefed every step of the way, including Senator DeLong. Senator DeLong's argument was, even though those adjustment was reviewed by us through Senator Moe, he wanted to make sure that it was also captured at the level of the House of Representatives, and that metric should be signed by both chairpersons on Ways and Means Committee since it was done committee. So both Senator Konneh and I joined Senator DeLong in that debate. We concurred with him, we agreed with him, we debated together. Unfortunately, Senator DeLong walked out. I even encouraged him. I went outside. As you know, Senator DeLong, my very good friend. So I called him back and encouraged him, but he had left the building already. And then Senator Moe now was able to convince us through showing us the proper document where both chairpersons of the Ways and Means Committee had affixed a signature to the actual adjusted budget copy. So in addition to the letter that had come, they also the figure. What they did, the mistake was because they felt that both committees have worked together as a joint committee, or both the Senate and the House have worked as a joint committee, they thought that they would just use the document from the Senate. But Senator Dillon's argument was, look, we experienced this before, where there was a big issue here with budget, and the House were blaming the Senate was blaming the House. So if there any adjustment, both chairpersons should sign the report. And they did not show it to Senator Dillon at the time he walked out. But then that report came in where both Senator Moe and Tima Jury from House of Representatives have both signed on the report that we deliberated. And it was a very long, we left session almost 11 o'clock. Everybody participated, everybody had the views. And so both Senator Moe's argument and Senator Dillon's argument are both right, except that at the time Senator Dillon left session, he walked out, he did not see the document and he walked out. So when Senator Konneh, I saw the copies that were signed, but now we stopped our argument because they have shown us what we wanted in line with a process that was led by Senator Dillon.
Thank you, Senator Snow. I think the CEO is away from his desk. Dr. Richardson, you want to continue the line of questioning? You're on mute, Doc.
I know who was next. Who was the next? I know Wormy Great spoke. I think I said Dole. You can go next. Oh, yes, yeah, you are. I had asked Isaac Dole to go, but you can,
Yeah, I'm sorry. Senator Snow, stay there, right?
Yeah, I'm here, Senator.
Senator, are you going to entertain? Thank you, Dr. Richardson. Are you going to entertain question while you are speaking? Mr. Levi just walked in. I had to take him. But Senator, the issue is that we heard from Prince Moe. What's the solution here? Then I'll say, please come in after. Senator, what's the solution now? It passed. Then what?
Senator, I'm sorry you didn't follow up. I think you left your telephone or so while I was on. But both Senator Moe and Senator Dillon are both right, and I explained in detail. I even thought I was speaking too long, but I explained in detail. Senator Dillon's argument was very right. Senator Moe briefed the House of the Senate every step of the way as the House of Representatives was being briefed. Every step, even up to 6 o'clock today, there was a last briefing from Senator Moe, which Senator Dillon attended. Senator Dillon's argument was, even though you have briefed us and you have shown us the adjustment, including the last minute adjustment the Pro Tem made, when she insisted that we should make the money for the local chiefs, our chiefs in the different counties, they needed $1.5 million to complete the payroll, to have all of them on the payroll. And the Pro Tem insisted that you take additional $500,000 for the yellow machine deployment onto the local government ministry so that everybody will be paid. So all of those arguments were made today, all of those things. Senator Dillon's issue was he wanted to make sure that every adjustment we made, saying it was a joint committee, that the House of Representatives was also reflecting that amount so that both.
But yeah, I understand that, Senator. But real quick though, Senator Dillon is speaking of experience here, right? He's speaking from experience because
it's right.
Exactly. So why couldn't Prince Moe satisfy his concern?
It was done. That's why I said by the time Senator Dillon walked out, Senator Moe now came and produced the document signed by he and the chairman on Ways and Means in the House. I sent Senator Dillon. I immediately walked out of the chamber and called Senator Dillon by phone and said, "Oh, Dillon, they have proven to us that they have both signed. Both Amari and I, who stood by you in this argument, we are now seeing their signatures affixed to the document." But then Senator Dillon said, "Well, I left already. I'm almost in Ghana. Almost in the house."
Okay.
And he left. So it was the problem.
But then let me squeeze in something real quick, Senator. You saw the signature though, but how big is the budget to go through it to confirm that everything that was said are included in the budget?
It's not big at all. I think it's just a 3-pager.
Okay.
It's a very small. It's just basic thing. Because it's just a supplemental budget. So you want to add money to education, adding money to security, adding money to healthcare. It's just a 3-pager.
I got you. Actually, with one of these, since it's just 3 pages. But again, thank you, Isaac. You have a question or you want to comment while we have Senator Snow here, if you can.
Well, not question per se. I think Senator Snow has said it rightly, except where I don't tend to fully agree that both Senator Moi and Senator DeLong were right together. I do think, though, that DeLong was right and Senator Moi wasn't. What Senator Moi did say, though, he said that DeLong saw the documents. But when you listen to Senator Snow said the documents and the figures Senator DeLong did see was the one prior to the House passage. So although Senator DeLong did see it initially, he wanted to be sure that the figures he saw were actually incorporated. So to say DeLong saw it, technically, it wasn't right. So we cannot say both of them no. Well, Senator Snow made us understand that, or Senator Moi did that after Senator Snow or the DeLong left. So you will all agree that as at this stage, we can say Senator or DeLong did not see because what he saw was prior to the House passing it. And we all know he's talking the same thing. There was some $20 million, some finger document, nobody knew exactly where it came from. You know, other parties say, oh, that's representative, opposed, that's senator, all around the place. So I thought that DeLong was being very careful, and I appreciate his eyes on that to ensure the right thing is done. If Senator Moi was right, Senator Moi only became right after DeLong left. But of course, he wasn't right when DeLong was there, because to say DeLong saw, it wasn't right. DeLong only saw what was not official. And he will be questioned for the official one that they did not bring until he left. I just want to make that point.
During the argument, because the argument was led by Senator DeLong, and Senator Konneh and I joined Senator DeLong that he was right, and we insisted that we wanted to see that. Now, unfortunately, Senator DeLong walked out. Senator Konneh and I did not walk out, so they were able to produce a document to our satisfaction. So when we saw the document, then we now back out of our argument. And I followed Senator DeLong outside. I took the phone, I called him and said, they have shown us the documents. And they said, well, it's late, I've left already. So he did show us the document, but not in the presence of Senator DeLong. So I think while Senator DeLong was arguing, he did not show the document, but for him, it was like, oh, we just saw the document. But Senator DeLong's argument was, yes, we just saw it a few hours before coming to session, but the change in the last we made is a reflector on what the House of Representatives passed. That was Senator DeLong's argument. He was saying yes, but he did not show it at the time. And when the argument intensified, he produced the document with both signatures on it that satisfy our curiosity. But at the time, again, like I said, Senator DeLong had already stepped out.
Senator Snow, thank you very much for a very strong clarity. We do appreciate you.
Senator, can I ask?
No question, Jacob?
Yes, I have a quick question. So I was online minutes ago reading one of the Sponge FM that tried to do the breakdown of the funds, of the amount we're talking about here. I have not had the time to, of course, look at the budget as the supplemental budget or see the line items and how these funds are aligned to specific areas. But I wanted to ask a direct question about some of the rationale behind some of the allocations, for example, or the appropriations. We hear that funds came from the World Bank. My understanding is that some of that funds, those funds that are coming from the World Bank are connected to the crisis in the Middle East and the impact they're having on Liberia, and these funds are intended to be applied to specific areas that will help minimize the damaging impact of the conflict in the Middle East on the Liberian population. So how much did that play into the decision of the Senate in terms of how they were allocating or appropriating these resources?
So, for example, what the Senate did, you're right, that additional funds came. So when the budget proposal came, it was less than 53 million. So based on the additional 8 million or so came from the World Bank, that's how it increased to 53 million. So what the Senate did, and both House, the Representatives and the Senate did, is that, for example, we gave over $1 million to the Ministry of Education for school feeding program. So one will ask, one of the senators asked, why not the food assistance program, why Ministry of Education? But that money was not to provide food. That money was to buy food from local farmers and also to help produce food. So someone has a rice farm, we buy local rice, the ministry will buy local rice and help you to produce rice. Then we also did amendment on fuel supply. So for JFK, for example, as you know, JFK has a very huge fuel supply for the hospital. And because of that, if we took exactly what was in the budget before the Middle East crisis on fuel for JFK will fall short of fuel supply. So additional money was given to JFK to pay for fuel oil. The government of Liberia has taken on the responsibility to incorporate the entire payroll for ELWA hospital. It's about $1.3 million. So now the government of Liberia is responsible to pay the staff at ELWA hospital. So for example, my argument on the part of the budget was, what's the investment, the return on investment? So ELWA hospital is a private hospital. If we're now paying the salary, we're responsible to pay the salary, what would the citizen benefit from paying the staff salary at ELWA? So some of those adjustments were made in addition to, and that's how we're able to also increase the AFL. When the budget came to us, there were proposal to give AFL $600,000 only. But now AFL is going to get $3.5 million to begin the recruitment of additional 1,000 persons for the military. So all of those adjustments were made based on the additional funds that came from the World Bank.
So let me ask you a quick question now. Let's put the budget business aside. Let's go to the border. So nothing will discuss in this 10 days concerning the border?
You never expel me to
They will expel you? No, because 10 days you came back, very big national issue, and you guys just talk about money and you okay?
Well, anyway, each house has the right to their own rules, their own procedures, and their own administrative running, provided it does not conflict with the Constitution of the Republic. So the Senate Security Committee led by Senator Cyrus Momo have been discussing the issue of the border. We have asked for closed sessions. The president, as you know, which is classified, but the president went and briefed the Senate in depth of what was happening. Since the president briefing, not much has been, not much improvement. I know that both ECOWAS and Nino are remaining engaged with the three countries to see how they can solve the problem. So issue of the borders were discussed, but again, it's still classified, it's still security information data.
Forget about the classification. The common thing for the people out there, do we still have the Guineans on the Liberian people land?
There's nothing to prove the contrary that they have left. So I believe, yes, we still have them there. And I think efforts have been made to resolve the problem.
You represent Liberia on ECOWAS. What are some of the efforts?
Well, ECOWAS is facilitating another Mountain River Union meeting. ECOWAS still believes that this problem can be solved by Mountain River Union. The regional bloc is strong. And the last meeting that was held, President Ouattara from Cote d'Ivoire, who is seen as the godfather of the region, the most elderly, the oldest serving president, all of that, was not in that meeting. So the next Mountain River Union meeting is that
President Ouattara older than President Boga?
I'm sure he is. I'm sure, yes, President Ouattara, yes. Yes, he's older than President Boga. He been in power many years before President Boga became president. So older in age and longevity as president of a republic and a bigger country. So they are now encouraging him to be more involved. There are other African leaders that have gotten involved. So a lot of discussions are going on. And I think based on those discussions have been headed on.
And everything, my last question to you, everything you know about the region, can you really tell the Liberian people whether the Guineans will leave Liberia? So what was your gut feeling? What can you say? Would the Guinean military leave Liberia now or in the future?
I think the Liberian government has handled this matter in a peaceful manner, non-aggression. Active discussions are still taking place, and I have no reason to believe that the Guineans wouldn't leave our territory in the not too distant future. There's an ECOWAS summit that is scheduled around the 15th, 17th of July. There are a lot of work that is taking place. There's mediation meetings that are coming out. A lot of meetings are coming up before that summit. And that summit is the first summit that Guinea will be returning to since they returned to surveillance rule. So they'll be attending the summit. It will be held in Sierra Leone, as Sierra Leone is the chair of the authorities. And I sure before that time, a lot of pressure will come.
So we got hope. So we got hope.
Yes, I'm very hopeful that this matter is going to be resolved. And I think the Liberian government has handled it in a very peaceful fashion, non-aggression, dialogue, and I think it's going to pay off.
What do you know about the investigation that was called upon by the president concerning the reason why the Guinean came into Liberia?
Absolutely no idea, no information.
Concerning the local government minister now, Francis Yumani, were he involved?
No information on that. I have no information on that.
Thank you very much, Bami County Senator Edmund Bevan Snow. It's good having you on, sponsor.
It's always a pleasure, Stanton.
Thank you.
Bless guys.
Yeah, guys, we're gonna close the show. Rosemary got to be leaving anytime now, but want to say a beautiful show today. Something to just recap. We'll talk about the yellow machine tomorrow. We decided to give time to Samukai. The government approved in the budget $3.5 million to yellow machine transport. Do you know that the machine stayed in Ivory Coast? It stayed there. The sea breeze still killing it. And we'll reach out to Samukai as to all the money he getting now, what happened? When will the yellow machine be in Liberia? As a matter of fact, the machine go to Ivory Coast for what? For us to find another transportation fare again? We'll talk to Samukai and we want to hear from him. When will the machine go there? Another serious conversation is the conversation on LDC. While we close our show today, the LDC story is just getting like a sepe. It's serious. Everybody is like Chris Smollett now. LDC, yeah, LDC not yeah. So it means that the government on the part of energy, it's just not adding up. The Guineans said no, Ivory Coast said no. And what will the Liberian government do? PUL, we should be talking to him today, but we'll put it tomorrow. He was very full. PUL, the person I was supposed to, we hope to hear his side of the story. Let me play as a video, and in your closing, you can tell us exactly what you feel about the Sierra Leone man. I say something was done contrary to what we believe on the Guinea summit that was attended by Jose Yuma Boakai and the Sierra Leone president concerning the border. Let's play this and we close our show. To all of you joining us, we say thank you as always for following Spoon. A wonderful, touching conversation today. After this video, we'll be closing and we say join us again tomorrow.
Democracy. When we go Guinea, the scientific fact is that flag was raised 1.4 kilometers inside Guinean territory. Get this as a fact. 1.4 kilometers inside Guinean territory.
You self-accept that as Foreign Affairs Minister?
Yes, sir, because I've seen the coordinates. The coordinates has been verified. The fact-finding mission we go from Sierra Leone also proves that flag.
Do you understand anything I'm saying? Or that Jimmy? Anybody understand anything?
Yeah, but those are two different situations, man.
No. Listen, I would just want to know if anybody understands something. I can interpret to
yes,
me.
Yes, we do understand.
Kev is not here. Kev from Sierra Leone, but he's not on. So maybe.
But the man spoke English.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I have some local parlance anyway. So
let me play one more time. But for me, I understand it. You don't get better with me.
He spoke English.
Let me play one more time. The one time I hear that man saying connect. I know connect to what, but let me go play again.
Democracy. When we go Guinea, the scientific fact is that flag was raised 1.4 kilometers inside Guinean territory. Get this as a fact. 1.4 kilometers inside Guinean territory.
You self-accept that as Foreign Affairs Minister?
Yes, sir, because I've seen the coordinates. The coordinates has been verified. The fact-finding mission we go from Sierra Leone also proves that flag.
So I think I say somebody, Danny, you understand? I'm not understanding, but somebody just sent it to me in a slow motion. The man talking about that, bro. The man said was into Sierra Leone and Guinea, right? He talking about Sierra Leone and Guinea.
Yeah, 1.4 kilometers.
And that's another point of contention.
Way back.
But you didn't give me a chance to speak, man.
No, brother, you're not your time to talk. You were small, but man. The man said that 1.4 in what I said. What did I say? I told him I was talking about Liberia, though. He didn't say anything about Liberia, right?
No, actually, what Isaac said was that the Sierra Leonean Foreign Minister provided update to the country.
Clarity.
To which country?
To Liberia and Guinea. That the flag that the Guinean raised was for Guinea territory.
Danny, you're wrong. And that's why I say whether you understood what he said. The man saying Sierra Leone, 1.4 something. Hey, maybe a man will speak Creole again, time I will interpret.
But Senator, let me say this. What I heard was that they verified that the particular section between Sierra Leone and Guinea, the place the Guinean troop raised their flag, is 1.45 kilometers from Sierra Leone. So it's a Guinean territory. That's what he's saying.
No, I agree. Konneh, great.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to your beautiful wife. I think you're hovering to leave us because you won't spend time with her. Don't do this to us.
No,
you won't go. Anyway, what I'm saying, Konneh Gray, is that he didn't say anything about Liberia and Guinea conflict. Am I correct?
You're right.
No, am I correct?
He was talking about his country, not ours.
Look, he mentioned nothing about Liberia. This is between Sierra Leone and Guinea. Simple.
So I say run away now. Where I say
yeah, and it's not even about Solomba, it's not even about Lofa County, it's not about
No, but let me clear now. Isaac didn't say the man was going to talk about Liberia. Isaac said
don't do that,
no. Isaac insinuated.
Isaac said the Sierra Leone authorities briefed the Sierra Leone
Jacob, don't do that. Isaac said the man clarify. He said the man spoke to the issue. The people laugh. No, don't do that, man. Don't do that. But man, stop, man. Let me go say, you're not making that leaving the show. Yeah. How you gonna do this to me?
Still, you tired now. You be over 4 hours. You tired. I want to notice.
Stand on the question you asked. What does that have to do with Liberian border?
That's what I'm waiting for. I say, brother Kev to come back. What I have to do with Liberia? I'm not seeing any connection. The man talking about Sierra Leone. I want to say thank you that for Chinwe Richard saying, the Creole Bobo Kev. What the man say there? The man say anything about Liberia, Kev?
No, I listen to you.
There you go. There you go. Okay, there you go. I want to say thanks to all of you guys. That Richard say I'm out. Rosemary, thank you. Glennie, it's good to see you as always. Then come back again.
Do the closing because I also have to leave my office.
I don't want to come to I do the closing. I don't want to come to defend Delon, and that why we will bring you on the show.
We talked about Delon yesterday until the end.
Yeah, we did. You know what I'm saying? You only came here to defend Delon. Yeah, don't do that. And that youngly you can defend too. But I want to say to all of you guys, it's been a great show, man. I'm happy to have you. T1 you came late. Thank you, Jacob. As always, my brother, thank you very much. Emmanuel George, continue to eat on our show. Emmanuel is hungry like hell, but it is what it is. He can do what he has to do.
Senator, can I make a clarification for 30 seconds?
Wait. And I beg you, Chief, we should always consider, especially when we have our female producer, staff, colleague in the network sitting as producer, we must leave home. Yeah. You don't see that woman looking like that, you know that she gave me a bad look right now. She gave me a bad look right now. So we stop this part, do all your closing for tomorrow. We beg you guys.
No, I'm not closing, just a clarification, if you won't mind. I won't be
tomorrow. Rosemary, thank you for being.
I'm sorry, Rosemary, but it's 30 seconds. One of the panelists in his conversation here stated that we are being paid to be on the show by a political party. I want to make it extremely clear. I'm not being paid by anybody to be on a network.
Emmanuel, what you stopping to get for going home?
Whether by the Alternative National Congress or by Mr. Stanton Waterspoon. I am not being paid by anybody to be on this network.
Man, I charge him, Mr. Konneh. Mr. Konneh don't want to pay. He got to pay for you being on the show. As a matter of fact, let me announce it now. You got to let that ANC people to pay to bring you on. But nobody pay. You want to say thanks to all of you. Rosemary, Makiba, take it away. God bless you. God keep you. We love you. Happy birthday to our brother. Let's say happy birthday to our brother wife for a beautiful birthday today. To all of you joining us, we want to say yes, indeed. Konneh Gray, let's give it to you. Send a birthday shout out to your sweetheart.
Of course, this is a shout coming from your husband, lovely husband, my lovely wife. Happy birthday. And we're not going to call the age. Some people looks are deceiving, but some people are just beautiful, both inside and outside. We are the ugly ones, so we look older, but she's beautiful everywhere. And happy birthday. We look forward to many, many, many more years of you celebrating this particular day. Thank you,
this is Pinky, right? Name Pinky, right?
Did I jump the knee?
No, her name is Sienna.
Sienna? Okay, Sienna. But I was like, bro.
What did I think from?
What
did I
Happy birthday to Madam Gray.
Happy birthday, Mrs. Gray.
Yeah, no, but you know, I met her before. Pinky would have met Jude doing the water, so we'll leave that one. Happy birthday, my darling sister. We wish you God blessing, long life, prosperity, and everything. Thank you for holding the family down. Thank you for everything you're doing for our brother, Konneh Gray. Thank you for keeping the house. The young girls, they are in college. They're doing extremely well. It is all because of you. May God bless you. May God keep you.
But say no, we can sing one birthday song though.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you, dear. Happy birthday. God bless you. May God bless you. God bless you. May God bless you. Yeah. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. I want to say thank you.
Thank you, Stanton. Thank you so much, my brother.
You're welcome. Rosemary, take it away, Mama. Good night.
Congratulations.
Rosemary, thank you so much, my sister. Thank you.
Thank you, Rosemary. Good night.
Have a good night. Safe trip.
Good night.
Good night, Rosemary.
Good night. Thank you.
You bet.
Yep.
All right, folks, so do join us tomorrow, same time at 8 o'clock Liberia's time and 4 o'clock USA's time for a fresh broadcast. Have a pleasant day and night.